GDQ. I downloaded this VOD. My name's on the screen. It's me. Oh my god. Alright, so the first thing I'll talk about, like I said, if you're new here, I appreciate you checking me out after this run, GDQ. That is awesome. And I'm going to try and reward you guys with some exclusive behind-the-scenes details going into this. So I had the interview before this. It was Darkman and Scent that I was with. Scent is nice. Darkman's nice. There's a lot of banter actually going on amongst us while we were waiting on Diablo to finish. It was pretty cool. It was cool to just it's cool to shit and chill. What I meant was sit and chill. With the guys while we were waiting up. Was the schedule delay annoying? A little bit. I mean, I preferred the time this run was on compared to like what I was looking at throughout the marathon. Like sometimes they were ahead. It was like 11:30, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do it as late as possible. Cause early morning GDQ. Obviously, there's not a lot of people in this room. Because it was pretty early in the morning. There was less people in the room for Diablo, definitely. Nerds just stay up really late. I remember going down to the hotel lobby at like 2 a.m. It was just packed and loud. And especially noontime, a lot of people might be doing lunch if they're not asleep. Yeah, so is what it is. I think it bit. Oh yeah, the run sucked. The run dying. I'll get to that in a second, but I was okay with this time slot. I'd prefer prime time, obviously, or like immediately post prime time, which was what it was in AGDQ 2017, and a little bit of GDQX as well. I think more people are just tuned in for that. Even though the numbers for AGDQ 2019 is like 30,000 more people watching. And like, even though the numbers were better, I feel like there was less engagement because it was the middle of the day, so a lot of people are probably watching on their phone or at work or something, or just otherwise preoccupied. Whereas like prime time, you get more attentive eyeballs. But I'm not saying that it was all that bad. It was fine. I'm happy with how things worked out. Was there a pre-run interview? Yeah, let me see if I can try and find that for you. Let's see. I wasn't gonna go over that. I don't want to watch that again. I felt like it was fucking awful and stiff. Maybe it wasn't. Let's see. Let's see if it's. See if they're doing the VODs right now. Yeah, they're uploading right now. This is actually on YouTube now. Okay. It wasn't on YouTube when I went to bed last night. Alright, so I think this is in the Diablo 2 VOD. Yeah, here it is. I got the timestamp for you. This is the interview. Might as well make that a command as well in the bot. Exclamation point interview. Yeah, if you want to watch that, feel free. I don't want to go over it. I feel like I was awful. But that's alright. We are our own worst critics. So anyway, going into this run, we hit the 1,000,000. It literally happened between Divinity Original Sin 2 and my run. It was literally during the downtime. It was kind of weird. But it happened. And my run was the first post-1,000,000. And going into it, that was cool, right? But also, if you were tuned in during that time of GDQ, you'll probably have seen the Divinity Original Sin 2 run. I was hanging out. This was post-interview, obviously. I was hanging out with Aneternal Enigma and Broseph in, like, the on-deck area. They got some chairs set up and a TV. And they put makeup on you. That was new. I've run at GDQ 2 other times, and they had never done that. But they offered us some anti-glare or anti-shine makeup or whatever. Yeah, the Divinity guy. I felt bad for him. We were just hanging out in that area, watching, kind of bantering. And all of a sudden, we're like half paying attention. And all of a sudden, we just see him take off the headset. Or no, I kind of clued into it when he was back at the like the character creation. I'm like, what is he doing? What's going on? And Enigma's like, looks like he's resetting. I was like, no, there's no way, right? And then he takes off the headset and he's like, I can't finish. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Like, you know, disclaimer, this happens in speedrunning. I don't blame the guy at all. It happens sometimes. It was definitely nerves, I think. You can prep and practice all you want, but you will never be able to, like, emulate that feeling of being on stage and being in the moment. So sometimes things happen you don't plan for, and that's one of the things, is overriding your quick save that is essential to the run. That'll happen. Prepare saves. I agree. Prepare saves. I mean, I don't know about Divinity Original Sin 2, but that's probably something you could do. I don't know. If you couldn't, then that really sucks. But I came to GDQ with eight saves and then more. Like, the game has 8 save slots, but I had an entire, like, file of other saves after every mission. Because obviously I didn't plan to need them, but they're just there, right? The show has to go on. Whatever happens. Jay Monstead, thank you. 22 months, welcome home. It's good to be home. It's good to be back streaming without the need to to get out of here in 2 hours. Do I have a gate zip save too for practice? Yeah, I got Iguana's gate zip save. It's fucking dope. Use that thing if you don't have it. Yo, AJ. Appreciate it, man. No, that doesn't sound weird at all. I'm glad I could give off that vibe. I had been there 2 times already. Last time in November, so it was a few months ago. November, I was more nervous because it had been so long since I had been to GDQ. But I feel like entertainment-wise, this is the best GDQ run. Obviously, time-wise, it is the worst by about a minute and some seconds. But we'll get into that. We'll get into what happens. We will. So, obviously, Divinity Original Sin 2 died. The room was oddly supportive. Not oddly, but, like, people were sympathetic. They were like, you know, this happens. They were clapping. The host was going on about how, you know, this is speedrunning, that happens. And I agree. Like, it sucks. But, you know, it's a nerves thing, I think. I don't want to speak on his behalf. That's just, if I was him, that would probably be what I would feel. Hope nobody holds it against him. He seemed like a cool dude. But yeah, he took off the headset, said he had to stop, and then we went back to this screen, and I'm just like stunned, and I look over to Broseph and Enigma, and we're just all like, oh my god, holy shit. Whoa. And then Enigma's like, alright, you're up. It's like, oh no. It's like, oh man. What a time to, oh. Yeah, the room was really quiet. Enigma said, like, a joke. And then we just noticed the room was so quiet. He's like, I feel like everybody heard that. It's like, oh my god, dude. It's like, oh. That stings. That sucks. I felt so bad for the guy, too. I got on stage. I got my setup. It took us about, like, 15 minutes, maybe, to get the audio right. Because we all had headsets, and we all had each other's microphone in our headsets. We had the God mic, we had the host, we had the game. There's a lot to balance, so it took us a while. Shoutouts to the audio tech for dealing with that, because I was definitely like, I need that higher, higher, higher. I'm so sorry, higher. Oh man. Shout out to that incentive. Shout out to this incentive because it's Final Fantasy IX and you can only have, like, 7 letters in your character's name, and Reinhardt is clearly, like, way more than that. Yeah. 7 character name limit. It takes them like one line of code to not accept queries over 7 characters. But anyway,
and we are good to go on setup.
I feel like that's insanely loud.
KZ, do your magic.
All right. I never know how to start. I never know what I should say. So, I just decided to play off what Musical Daredevil said. He is a bro, by the way. I know I shouted him out like several times, but he came to find me the day before and just talk about the run and talk about GDQ and all that, and just go over like a game plan. Yeah. So I had no idea what to do. I just decided to make a joke about what Musical Daredevil said, and hopefully it landed. I thought it was kind of funny. But then Enigma said the thing that really loosened me up. Like, what he said, I thought was so funny. I looked pretty good that day. That's the idea. Yeah. Honestly, I just forgot to take off the glasses. I just forgot. Usually I would, because I'm playing video games and I don't need glasses to see close. I use them for distance. But I just left them on. Oh well. So, yeah.
Magic. I'm not a magician. I'm a video game speedrunner. There is a big difference.
That's actually the same thing. In 2019, it's the same
It's
thing.
wild.
That's fucking hilarious. I really enjoyed that comment. I was like, man, that's good. And then that's how I knew it was going to be good. I was like, all right. Will we make some magic? Hence the magician comment. Will we make some magic? And then he said that, and I'm like, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Yeah, Brosif's got glasses on. Enigma, maybe he's got contacts, I don't know.
Oh, ain't it? It is.
Actually, witchcraft.
Yeah, and we hit the 2 commas.
We did. Oh, speaking of which, now that we've hit $1 million, can I ask you the $1 million question?
That was also quite good. He had some good jokes, for sure. And he doesn't plan anything. He's very much improv. Maybe he planned that joke. I don't know. That's too clever to just come up with, so... Skip to bar brawl. We'll get there. I'm intentionally delaying. I'm stalling for time because I don't want to get there. Maybe by the time I get there, we'll have streamed 6 hours and it'll be time for me to eat dinner, and I'll be like, well, it's time to go. Yeah, I can make this a little louder, sorry. I didn't know how to react to this funny. I didn't have a good quip for this. And I didn't have a good quip for this in the interview. So, I feel like I wasn't funny.
Boy, do I have a lifeline?
That wasn't funny.
Billie Jean?
That was
Man,
not funny.
Come on, I'm here to play
$1 million.
games. I don't want to look. Okay, that's for the interview later. In the magazine.
the later interview.
The interview after
That's
dark.
the tell-all, right? I gotta hide the secret until it's just like, play game. You
Yo,
wanna play?
Emma. Yo, Gator.
No.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
How far you?
What'd he say? Hold on.
Can I?
No. Until it's just like
Play a game. Play a game.
Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you, Gator, for the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate it, man. You finally made it. It's good to have you. As always. May have actually canceled the sub. That'll happen. Buttons are scary. Sometimes you hit the wrong ones. Yeah, Hoxie, I play in full screen. I was going to tell Tech to use the 4x3 layout, but by the time I remembered to say it, it was too late, and I didn't want them to have to, like, fix the layout or anything, so I just said, whatever, fuck it. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about comedy or jokes, is that some will land and some don't, and that's fine. It's about how you handle them not landing. It's about handling it with grace, I guess. Brosef 650. So this next joke, this is what he actually, like, wanted to do. What Enigma wanted to do was, when the interview started, and, like, when the transition happened, you know, for the interview, he would be sitting in my chair, and then I would come up and be like, what are you doing? It's my interview. Get out of here. What are you doing? He wasn't down in time for that, though, unfortunately. That would have been funny. And then after that, what he also wanted to do for this run, when the transition happened here, he wanted to be sitting in my chair.
The entirety of GDQ.
Hey, Flary owns again another subscription. The same damn one, and then Half-Baked. Thank you, man. The alert didn't come up for yours, Flary, but, you know, we already got yours 22 minutes ago, so no worries about it, man. Half-Baked, thank you. 22 months, spam through, and the tier 2 sub as well. Tier 2, count them, 2. Peace sign. Churchill, thank you, man, very much. I hope you enjoyed the run. And it's okay if you had to leave mid-run. It was like a weird time for North America. But yeah, what he wanted to do was be sitting in my chair, and then I'd come up and kick him off again. This is like our truncated version of that joke.
You want to play? Can I? No. Okay.
Like, that's all we could do. He's very much like an in-the-moment guy, so he didn't want to, like, steer the conversation to that joke. But I made sure to bring it back. So we could have a little bit of fun there.
How far you think you'd get? I can't even read the menu, so I'm done. Good start.
It's good honesty, yeah.
So, of
It's
course,
good honesty.
I'm Casey. I play GTA. From time to time, we have on the couch Broseph, my #1 fangirl, and Eternal Enigma,
#2 fangirl.
Zumpy, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Tier 1 subscription, brand new today. Boom! Boom! Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
And
I
#1
sincerely
fanboy,
appreciate that.
musical daredevil.
Back to 1 month again.
Thank
You're back, though. That's
for,
all
your
that.
service
That's all that
and
matters.
reading
You're
donations
back.
for me again. You're amazing.
That might be
You're
too
always
quiet.
Here. Do you sleep?
He did answer
Yeah,
me. He
man,
just didn't
crazy.
say it in the
All right,
microphone.
I mean, without further ado, we'll play some video games, right? We'll get the.
That's a good.
Why? Hold on, someone said it. Why are some people sitting 20 kilometers in the back if all the front seats are available? Nerds are awkward. Yo, Kicking, appreciate it, man. I've yet to watch Dr. Fatboy's run. I apparently I should. You crushed to ignore the time. It is about the time, somewhat, but you could have a really fast run and be bored out of your mind, and then you could also have like a decent run, and then have a lot of fun. Watch it. I will get to it for sure. It's like what, 20 minutes? Yeah. So this right here, I'm really proud of myself because I nailed the countdown. Timing starts obviously when the loading screen disappears, and I had to like 3, 2, 1 it.
Idea. We should do that here.
All right.
It
So
was just
timing
perfect.
is
Boom.
specifically it's after the
Perfect.
loading screen vanishes, but I'll try to time it appropriately here. Okay.
I haven't heard
All
of
right,
Dr.
3,
Fat Body either.
2, 1, go.
Boom! Ah! Yes! Billie Jean was too quiet. I turned down the
All
music
right,
a little
Vice
bit.
City. This is
Maybe I
my
should've kept
third
it up.
time playing this game.
Ever.
That's good. I like that one.
Brand new.
I know, man. All right. So the first thing you'll notice about the game is this in Japanese, and that is for a very specific reason later, so that the game doesn't
Didn't hit
crash
the
when we're
pole.
doing a
That's
trick.
good. Didn't hit the
So
pole.
you play Tommy Vercetti, and
I do try
you
to like.
are fresh out of prison, 15 years.
I do try
in
to like
jail.
talk
it's
about.
crazy. And the mafia
story
doesn't
of
really
it. I don't
think
know.
you
Try and
do
get people
all
invested in it.
that good of a job back home in Liberty City. So they send you down south to
Yo,
expand
mans.
the business.
Can I say something real quick?
You have a microphone.
I just can't escape Michael Jackson. I was on the Moonwalker count.
Right, yeah. I think.
Want a cop
Is
car
this a
start?
GDQ record? It's
Consistency
2 games.
reasons.
I think it might be.
With Michael, yeah. I
There
mean,
is another way to get a run started
All
using
right,
a cop
so
car or a
we
taxi,
interrupt
but this is
okay,
this
the
is
first
more.
thing
This is
I'm
easier
going
to
to
do.
talk about is the replay system. You can make replays in this game, and you can make them very short whenever you want. You can only have one at a time. So the first thing we're going to do, we just made a replay over the Rampage icon, and now we're death warping to the hospital. All right, 10% chance that this is locked. Let's see it. Come on. No,
Nice.
unlocked. We won the 90% chance. Sweet. Good
The
start.
audience?
All right, so
The audience was actually great. Like, there's not a lot of people. It's early and it's lunch, so like I said, people are either sleeping or eating, and that's fine. Or they're like in the casual room or practice room or tournament room, whatever. I don't know what nerds do. There was a whole room dedicated to Smash at GDQ. I'm sure that thing was packed constantly. And I'm not used to the crowd. Like AGDQ 2017, I feel like I wasn't able to engage them as much. Because at AGDQ 2017, they had giant screens that were kind of blocking the stage. Whereas here, you can easily see into the crowd behind you. So I feel like, you know, the sound was not as blocked, so I was able to hear them better. And you can kind of hear them on stream. You can hear them better in the venue, obviously. So it was nice to have the crowd there, honestly. It made them laugh quite a bit, and I'm glad for that.
In this game, there's 2 states.
And
there's the on
the
mission
crowd
1
definitely helped
state,
me out
which is when
later.
you're on a mission, and then
Definitely.
there's the free roam state, which we call on
I feel like they
mission
always
0.
have too
So
many
what I'm going to
seats.
do is I'm going to start
They just-
paramedic and the rampage at the same time. Then they got out of the ambulance that canceled.
What they need to
paramedic.
do,
The
honestly,
game put
is
me back on the
they
free
need
roam
to
mode, and
move
now we're on
venues.
the storyline
They need
mission
they
and
need
the
a
rampage at
like
the
a
same
proper
time.
convention
The
center.
reason
They need
for this is very specific,
like to sell
and we want
5,000
to do,
tickets instead of
a
just
setup
2,000.
where we
They could
start
do
the
it.
same
They could
mission
easily
twice, which
do
you're
it.
never ever supposed to be able to do. But this is speedrunning.
I
and we
feel
do
like
whatever we want.
And we
my
break the
commentary
rules.
this time was a lot more
Within
concise.
community guidelines. We don't want to upset anybody.
Right, exactly. We're not here to be controversial.
SSU
we're
moving
not.
somewhere else.
Not yet, at least.
I
So
don't know.
the first mission is all about going over to the boat and just
I think
hanging
for
out
AGDQ
with all the key
2020, it
players
might
of
not
Vice
be in a
City, 'cause
hotel.
we're missing
Maybe
a lot
we'll
of
see.
money.
But SGDQ is.
I think it all went to
SGDQ
GDQ,
2019.
but
Good.
Tommy
My
is
Smash-
trying-
my
that's
Smash
good.
main?
Tommy's trying to hunt down the money that he's missing because the mob is very upset that he's lost a lot of money in a deal that went bad.
Hooker! Thank you.
Money. We skipped the cutscene, though.
Thank you so much,
On
man.
the bike.
That is amazing. I
And now
appreciate
we're
it.
going to take the Colonel's daughter to the club.
Maybe.
And
You are
Woo!
here
That'll be the first.
for the second
You see
time.
that
You were
guy?
here
What is he
on-
doing?
Was it Monday?
Come on.
Oh, yeah, this traffic.
Guy.
So the thing about Vice City, and the thing I tried to play off of as much as I could, is it's a game that's kind of filled with entropy, right? There's a lot of just cute little things that can happen, and this run is definitely not short of those. So
And that'll-
this van is probably the first instance of that happening. Sometimes traffic is on the sidewalk, but he was a little angrier than, you know, the traffic that sometimes spawns right here. So he was, look, he's turning. He's ready to kill me, literally. And I think we steal like this exact van later, so we get our revenge, right?
Oof. That'll be the first. You see that guy?
Yeah.
What is he doing? Come on. All right. So anyway,
Casually
Traffic
explaining away
is,
all the
insane
shenanigans.
in this game.
Yeah, like I think
As we're
my
trying to
my
find.
informative
so
commentary,
that's the first mission done. $100. Easy. This
like I
game
said,
is
was a lot
very
more
stingy
concise.
with
I
its
don't
money. Yo,
get to
thank you,
everything.
Thank you. Hardest trick in the game is the first mission. It
And-
always is.
In every game ever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of okay, right? I
Alright,
still feel like I
so
had a
we're gonna
healthy
pull
balance
up.
of banter
If
and
you,
information.
grind your bike against the wall
But
and
in
jump off, it stops
2017, I was
immediately
definitely a lot
because,
more wordy, and I think it was to my
physics.
detriment because, you know, I remember reading the chat
So
back for
at
that
the
run,
brawl,
and people were
second
just
mission.
like,
Now we're gonna meet Kent Paul.
not like this, I don't get it. And I think this time, I just, I was a lot easier to
Should I
to
believe
explain
you?
like the high level stuff.
I can't tell you what to do, man. You're a grown adult.
You're right, I sure am.
What did I say? Hold
Grind
on.
your bike against the wall and jump off. It stops immediately because physics.
Yeah, this was
So, back at
last
the brawl,
week.
second mission. Now we're gonna meet Kent Paul. I mean, you're not gonna see him. We're gonna skip the cutscene, but he's there. Trust me.
Should I believe you?
I can't tell you what to do, man. You're a grown
Worst
adult.
experience I had in GDQ.
I'm a little too grown to.
All right, so we're gonna just drive right into the club.
Yeah, that's what I do, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we made it to the club in time before the rampage expired. You'll notice.
My
now, if you
worst
look on the
experience in
minimap, you'll see
GDQ was
the L.
probably
That's for
nah.
the
The
lawyer
smell was not a
missions.
problem.
So we're on a mission, but the game doesn't
But I was
think
I
we
was
are.
walking to the
game thinks
bathroom
we're
and
in
there was
free
this
roam
girl
mode.
and guy
If
having
we
a
wanted to, we
conversation.
could
I
go
passed
back
by
and
the
take
girl
this
and she was
mission
talking
again, but
about
we're not
how
gonna do that. We're
she
gonna get a
enjoys hugs
shotgun.
when they feel natural.
And
And I
we're
just
gonna-
knew what
we're gonna
happened.
have a
I just knew
little
what was
talk
going
with
on.
the chef here.
Boom.
Nice block. Good chat.
I think I made that same
Yo,
joke in
don't tell anybody,
GDQX.
all right?
But whatever.
You know, when they get
Thank
my
you, Dr.
order wrong,
Strangelove. Sorry your donation didn't get read.
I want to do that so bad.
Yeah, I watched it back
Don't
with the
do that.
chat.
Don't-
So we're gonna activate the rampage again,
It was
which
pretty
we
good.
can do because
Yeah, we
failed
definitely
it
hashed out
earlier
those
while on a
problems
mission. So we
permanently.
just tricked the game to thinking we're not on a mission, we can take it again. And now we're gonna make a very specific timing with this rampage. When it's at like 5 seconds to go, you can see the timer in the top right. When it's at like 5 seconds to go, we need to be starting the mission after this one. So it's a bit.
So what you'll see top level players do is, let me go back a bit. What you'll see literally top level players do is
Nice block. Good.
they will run into the phone and then start the rampage as they're running into the phone. And then they pick up the phone and the rampage starts. That's what high-level players do. So we do that because obviously it's faster. The sooner you start the rampage, the sooner it ends. And then that way, the sooner you start the Jury Fury dupe. You'll notice I have like a little bit of time left over where I'm kind of waiting around. But if you do it here, then it's like super quick. You got to be really optimal with your movement. The reason we do it that way is if you start the rampage and then try to pick up the phone, you can't pick it up. You can't pick up guns on a phone call, or sorry, on a rampage. You can't pick up guns on a rampage. You can pick up health and body armor, I think. Yeah, but you can't pick up the phone either. So if you start the rampage and try to pick this up, you're like stuck here for 2 minutes. But obviously, the safe way to do that is to just start it after the cutscene.
I want to do that so bad.
I started like right after.
Don't do that. Don't.
So we're gonna activate the rampage. All right.
So anyway,
And you're free to do whatever you want.
Just go crazy.
yeah, we're
you
talking about
just,
rampages.
As the name implies, we're gonna take a shortcut.
Enigma was a hero, by the way,
All
with his
right.
laughter. He was great.
So,
Loved
I
it.
mean, the driving in this game is actually one of the better parts of it. It's one of the things that holds up extremely well, including the soundtrack. Banging tunes for the
Yeah, about the driving, just go and play any GTA clone from this era, and you'll see. You'll
next
see how bad
hour.
it is compared to
Let's
this
try
game.
to get a car. We can move in this cutscene because we were...
Sometimes, if around this area, there's a parked car, and usually I go for that one, but it didn't spawn this time. So I was a little worried about grabbing a car off the road, because if you get a wanted star here, you're going to lose a lot of time, because you need to take the phone call, and you can't take phone calls if you have a wanted star.
Fastest star of the game. That's basically the gist of it.
So
I'm a little worried. I didn't see a car. Okay,
There we go.
fine.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Look, it's for charity, okay?
Family van, man.
Enigma was great with the
They
laughing.
need something more fashionable anyway.
Oh man, you're funny. You know that?
You know, I've been told that.
I literally just told you
GTA
that.
3 with perfect handling sheet.
All
I
right,
don't think I've ever
so
tried
we're
it with
gonna take
that.
a phone call right now.
Yeah, there's no analog
Phone
input,
calls, you can't skip phone
which
calls.
is kind of a bummer.
When we ran over the
Yo,
chef, when
msleeper.com.
we talked to
Appreciate
the
it, man.
chef,
Welcome. You're getting
we
the
picked up
behind-the-scenes
phone,
details right now.
And for some reason, people
talking
just
about
know that
the
we have his
run.
phone, so they call us like all
As I
the
like
time,
ice my arms.
constantly. All right, so you can't skip phone calls, which is kind of a bummer.
So
What it is, what it
you
is.
got to enter the marker when the rampage timer's on 3, 5, or 7. If you don't do that, then the dude probably fucks up.
All right,
Hey.
so we start the mission the first time. It's gonna
357.
start
Yeah, I watched that
again.
live.
Since the rampage timer ran out,
I was
the game
there.
thinks we're in free roam mode. Started again. This happens again. This is very tragic.
Oh, you hate to see that happen.
Not having a good day.
Hate to see
Off
it.
the hammer.
We get on the moped and we
I think I made a joke about Florida drivers at GDQX, and I tried not to, throw any demographic under the bus this time. So I think I did a good job.
wait and mission passed. Magic. Video game magic. Jury Fury is a mission where you're supposed to...
I wanted to make a joke about flex tape. Now that's a lot of damage, but I don't think it would have landed. It was probably too subtle.
damage 2 cars, but they look quite damaged already, so that's fine. We just spawned 2 sets of them, and they just take care of it for us.
Hey, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Kaz,
Yeah,
I was
don't
worried
worry
about
Yeah,
that.
Don't
worry
A
about
couple
it.
times,
All right.
actually, I would try to close the game, and it would
Forget
soft lock
about
the
it.
entire
I'm trying
machine, and
sometimes.
it
We're
wouldn't.
all
The
right,
process
so
would not
this is
close.
right.
I
We're
tried
gonna
to kill
make
it
them
through
one offer they
task
can't
manager
refuse.
and command prompt, and it didn't
Riot
work.
is the
I had to
mission where
restart
you
the
meet
machine.
Avery Carrington, and he wants you to drive some business out of town.
Even
for,
Phil
you know,
Swift could repair
land
them. There you go.
development
That's it right
purposes.
there. Yeah, that's the
So
one.
we're just gonna cruise on up here. You know,
It
it's
makes
just,
perfect sense.
to text to test the power of flex tape, I sawed Lance in half. All right, that's for AGDQ 2020 right there. Because hindsight is 2020. Get it? You get it? Do you fucking get it? Anyway.
It's real estate business.
they didn't pay their taxes. I don't know. So we're just gonna blow up a couple vans, and we're gonna go to the hospital again.
I try not to be like,
a nice
we're gonna
place.
die now, because that's
All right, cool. So that gets us
after that
closer to
Crash
the
2
next
run
set
at
of
like
missions. Now we're gonna
AGDQ
do Colonel Cortez missions.
2015,
You'll see the
2016.
A on the minimap right now. We don't take A missions at any point. Sorry to say, you won't see RC
GDQ's
helicopters
tired of
or
bus
anything of that
jokes.
nature.
Well, I'm leaving then.
Well, you're free to leave.
I can't actually.
So
I saw the
this
taxes
is
of
Colonel
that.
Cortez calling us now. He's sympathetic. He understands our struggle, which is real, and he's saying, you know, we can do some business together. So we're gonna do just that. The first new
Crash
thing
Community
since
just
this
says
game
that
was in
GDQ run?
GDQX
Yeah.
in November.
What was the Michael
first
Jackson
new
joke
thing
about?
Is the pistol skip. So what you're gonna see me do is not
Michael
pick up
Jackson
the pistol.
joke.
Yeah.
There was a
I mean,
Michael
you're
Jackson's
just gonna see me not
Moonwalker
do
run
something, right?
by Brando Oates.
Sometimes it's not about
Enigma
what
was
you
on the
do,
couch
it's
for
about
that.
what I don't
It's
do.
about what you don't do.
See?
I tried to make
What
it.
you're
I
just
tried
gonna see me
to.
is not pick up
I got kind of caught up in word vomit here, and I tried to make this funnier than it actually was. But you know
in
that'll
November.
happen.
The first new thing is the pistol skip. So what you're going to see me do is not pick up the pistol. Yeah, I mean, you're just going to.
Obviously, I ran out of brain power there. I was like, yep, that's it. I killed the punchline. Enigma saved me though.
See me not do something, right? Sometimes it's not about
Yeah.
what I do, it's about what I don't
It's
do.
about what you don't do.
See?
Enigma saved me.
All right, so
Asking if you know
like
Billie
way
Jean.
back
Oh
in the
yeah.
day, we didn't do
oh
the
yeah.
death warp at
that
the
was an interview question. And then Enigma brought it back here at the start of the run.
into that mission, and so we just like always had our guns. When you die,
Yeah.
you lose all your
Enigma
weapons,
was
which is
amazing.
quite tragic. And
For that reason, he did
somebody
exactly what I wanted him
decided,
to
hey,
do.
why don't we try
Yeah,
not
thanks,
picking
Tom.
up the pistol? And it turns out it's faster.
Yo, Lapi, what's
So
up,
we're making
man?
a quick
Good to see
detour.
you.
This is our next replay here. We can only have one at a time, and we're gonna make it right there. And we'll come back to that later. We're gonna leave. Yeah.
Nice.
That was
Just
dope.
yeet it out of the garage. There
That's
you
not
go.
hard, honestly.
You're ready
but
for cone crazy
that was
with
like
those
the
skills, aren't
perfect.
ya?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
that's
perfect
an inside
result.
joke. We don't do that mission anymore. All
well.
right, so
I'm
now
glad
gotta not
you
hit
all
the
should
traffic,
follow
which is
Enigma.
easier said
You
than
all
done.
should follow An Eternal Enigma.
This intersection is deadly. It's very quiet and
Please.
calm right now. That's good. That's good. Everybody's behaving.
Good driving.
Watch out for these guys.
You can do a little bit of
All right.
reverse
Can
cam.
we do the cool?
All right. So the one thing I'll say, some of the best moments in this run I did not plan. Obviously, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. This is one of them. I didn't practice this at all. I had not done this shit in weeks. And I was just like, you know what? It's GDQ. We gotta try it.
thing? Let's see. Yeah.
Perfect result. Perfect result. And the fucking gift sub. Let's go. Potal. Again. 36 gift subs in the channel. Boom. Yes. Thank you, man. Thank you. Giving a gift to the P on the moon. Does it just to make it look cool? Yeah, exactly. I literally just did that because it looked cool. Usually what you would do is you would stop, and then get off the bike and walk to the marker. But, you know, one swift motion. Out of nowhere, just bam.
Yeah. Right in the marker. Let's go. All right. So, since we skipped the pistol, we have to use the chainsaw, and he's not very happy about that.
Is it
So,
faster?
we're just gonna
Probably,
leave
but
now.
it's harder, I guess.
I can't imagine why.
Who would
Yeah.
be?
If you
I
fuck it
know.
up, your
So,
bike
cool.
just
We just picked up
places
a
and you gotta
bribe
chase it
star.
down, so
there are
usually,
little
I
bribe
don't know.
stars in this game you can pick up that diminish your wanted level by one. So
Yeah,
you
he
see
rents
in
the
top
donations,
right, I have
too.
one wanted star.
He's
and
cool.
bad traffic
Yeah,
at
and
the
Spike
intersection.
Vegeta is amazing.
So when you have one wanted
Spike Vegeta almost did my interview. Darkman did it, of course, but Spike Vegeta almost did because Darkman said he had a shift somewhere else during the time that my interview was, and he was like, "Well, we might get Spike Vegeta to do it," and that would have been cool. But Darkman, you know, it's good to hang out with Darkman for sure. I have yet to meet Spike though. I'd love to meet Spike.
star, it
Love to.
eventually just expires. So if I don't commit any crime, which is easier said than done, there we go. Mission
This
passed.
includes hitting pedestrians. If
So
I
I'm
hit
gonna
any
drive down to
pedestrians
Mall
on this
Street.
drive, I
I'll
would have
pass
gotten a
with the musical
star,
Daredevil.
or
You
it would have
Any
stayed.
donations? Please read them.
I got lots of donations. I have a $20 donation from Dave Javu. Got to donate for Casey Frew. Shoutouts to Jai.
Yo, thank you, Dave.
Icing my arms
Big hero.
off screen right now. That's what I'm doing.
All right,
if you're
let's
wondering.
eat into the marker again. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's standing up too. Look, that's not easy to do.
You want me to clap for that?
I was
clap
perfectly
when
fine with
that-
them not clapping.
clap for
That was fine, but
Almost
they
missed
get
it.
Enigma.
All right.
Enigma
Mall
Ran
shootout.
with it.
So this
What
is
up, beard
another
mate? Where is
pistol
my
skip
beard?
mission.
I got like a
And I gotta be
stubble
quick.
going on.
I gotta make sure I catch up to this guy because if he gets away, that's embarrassing, and
Yeah.
we don't want that to happen.
No, you don't.
Sonic
That'll
Ball.
be
I
on
haven't seen
YouTube
that
and
one
it's
either.
embarrassing.
I know. So talk to
Watched
this
a bunch
guy.
of runs, but
He's running away.
like Jack 3,
We
Sonic
run
1,
faster.
Sonic Ball.
How you
Nice.
doing? I don't want you here.
This cop
Run faster.
never
you
happens,
doing?
by the way. This cop spawn, I don't think I've ever seen it. Or if I've seen it, once or twice, maybe. So that was a little weird. And this is a prelude of things to come. Man, in hindsight, it's so obvious. I should have seen it come. It's like, oh my god, it makes perfect sense now. You'll see what happens. You know what happens. You've probably seen it.
I
Oh yeah,
don't want
that was weird. Never seen that.
you here.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not supposed to be there.
Great save. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
he
That was
doing?
that was
Come
definitely
on,
the
I thought
move.
I had him on payroll.
The
Thought I told him
chainsaw is
not to
great
show
for
up
that
today.
reason.
All right. Anyway, it's very important not to drive into the water, as I did a number of times in practice.
That has that. Yep. Yep, I did do that in
Water is
practice.
bad.
Yeah,
On
Tommy,
stream too.
Tommy can't swim. All right, we didn't get the bail off that.
There's
time,
no,
but that's
there's
okay.
been no SA at GDQ now.
All right, this is the last Colonel mission for now. He's got more.
That's
that we
just
can do later.
good general motorcycle tips in general. Just
Yeah.
don't fall in the water.
Yeah.
All right, this is the warp. There you go.
At GDQX, I did not warp with the bike, so I'm very pleased that I pulled it off this time.
That replay.
If you warp before you're like actually on the bike, you don't warp with the bike. Duh. I mean, but if you're in the process of getting on the bike and you warp, you still don't warp with the bike. You have to be sitting on it.
Earlier, we picked up a gun that spawns on this mission, and the gun triggers a cutscene.
Not
And here's
marathon
Lance.
safe.
Hi,
Too
Lance.
long.
So we're gonna
Too,
pick up the gun.
too
Even though we
controversial.
like picked it up in the replay, we didn't pick it up in real life. Not the Vice City is real life. All right, this is the hardest trick in the game. Come on, second try. Come on. Yeah.
First
Nice.
try.
First
First
try.
try
Yeah.
every time.
Can I clap for
You get one
myself?
freebie, right? All right, this is a close icon. We're gonna make a replay here. and we're
Oh
also gonna
boy,
be very,
the first
very,
fuck up is
suave
coming.
It's a beautiful.
for this
I'm in
video.
my head
Yeah,
on
it
this
is a
trick,
gorgeous
man.
suit, right?
All right, Shrimp, you take it easy, man. Thanks
So,
for hanging out.
We're just gonna
Appreciate
drive
it.
up
Much
to
love to you. Hope to see you around,
Guardian
friend.
Angels here,
Get some good to
and then
sleep.
we've got a little bit of a
Well,
cutscene. We
Riff
can
Cat.
squeeze in a donation, I think.
We have $15
$12.15 GA is totally fine.
from Sound
Honestly,
Volume.
it's totally fine. It's
Had
totally
to donate
fine.
during this run because KZ and Enigma are my favorite to watch on Twitch. It's awesome seeing them together.
Yo, we're fabulous. Thank you,
Is that what your
man.
name is?
We're going over the
my
run
mom
right
was-
now. I'm giving
I
you
don't
the
know what was
insider
going on
info
there.
on what's happening. But thanks for checking me out, yo.
All right,
Good
so
to be here.
the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run away, and I'm gonna grab some grenades at the cop station, and I'm gonna be looking behind me the whole time, because if I look away from the deal, I fail the mission. So I gotta be very careful not to do that. So we just gotta look in this direction here.
Yeah, there's no
And
reason
jump,
GDQ
because
would
that's the
take
best
an
way to
SA
move
run.
right now.
It's too long, too
Jump,
controversial, and you can
up,
get other Grand Theft Auto games
try not
in
to throw them on
the
accident.
schedule
That
that are
happens
safer and
Yeah.
so
not as
much
long.
at the worst time. Don't get run over. And
I
now-
feel like there was a joke to be made about
the-
the Haitians just spawning into existence, but I thought about it too late. I was like, maybe I could have made a joke about this.
the worst time. Don't get run over. And now we got to go and do our job.
Yeah.
All right. We were supposed to protect these guys. Whoops. I don't think we did a good job.
It's all right.
Don't worry
It's
about
okay.
it.
BCS,
about it.
maybe.
Nice.
All right. Don't throw a grenade. Very good. Very good. All right. Now we're back on it. I'm grabbing some ammo for later. I'm going to shoot Lance.
They don't have an aversion to M-rated games. They don't. They've had like RE7, they've had Doom, they've had GTA. Speedrunners just gravitate towards Nintendo games, number one. And number two, Doctors Without Borders at SGDQ is a pacifist organization. They don't want realistic portrayals of violence. But they'll still take violent games like Halo during SGDQ. It's just, you know, depictions of war kind of goes against a pacifist organization's mission. They want to sponsor that. It's totally realistic.
You
Totally
need a
fine.
lot of ammo to shoot Lance.
GDQ doesn't like partial
All right.
completion
This mission's
categories,
on a timer,
like
basically.
just doing
There's no
Los
way to speed
Santos.
this up, so you can just keep doing this.
I didn't plan that at all either, by the way.
Basically,
I
there's no way to
didn't
speed
I
this
didn't
up.
plan this joke. I just decided, hey, I should shoot Lance.
So you can just keep doing this again. So now I
I
gotta be
fucked
very
this up.
precise here. I gotta play my
I
replay
fucked this
right
up because,
as soon as the second guy.
You know, this is the only GT game in GDQ. No one else submitted GTA. Or if they did, it was too long. I don't know. I'm the only guy who submits GTA. Obviously, they're only going to be able to take my runs because I'm the only one who submits. Part of GDQ's game selection depends on what they get, obviously. If they get a shitload of Grand Theft Auto, they'll probably accept more Grand Theft Auto than they do. But all the GTA guys are in Europe, so most of them anyway. I'll try to submit AM for sure. So I fucked this up. I think I'm just in my head about this, honestly. I just think about it too much, because I get this on stream, like, consistently, nearly every time. Why is SA controversial? Language, when it came out, was very controversial because of hot coffee. Hexic, $4. Billie Jean's not your lover. That's good to know. She's not my lover either. She's definitely not my lover either. Alright, so... Yo, Hoondoom.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Obviously, I played that super early, and then I tried to play it again right before I killed him, but I think because the fade was still happening, I wasn't able to play the replay.
It's the lucky month.
Yeah,
Happy
I don't know.
33 months
I don't
to
know.
us
Either way,
now.
that's unfortunate. AKA Cube, 33 months, man.
Man, again.
33
That's
months.
2 GDQs in a row. I got to do the boomer snipe.
Yeah, I'm in my head on that
Will
one.
I do
That's
it?
all
I
I
don't
need
know,
to do.
man. That's a bummer. All right, let's see.
It's not frame perfect. I fucked this up because I shoot before switching my weapon. I'm supposed to bring out the rifle and then try and shoot him, but instead I did the mouse click too early, and I had to deal with that long-ass animation of Tommy picking up the gun, shooting it, putting it back down. By the time I was able to get the rifle out, he would have been too far away, so...
Getting the timing on that strat is
No.
incredibly
So, yeah.
difficult.
It's so hard, man. It's
Would've been
probably the
cool
hardest
show
thing in the
off,
game.
but
No,
it's
not.
alright.
I don't know what the hardest thing in the game is.
Gate zip.
It
I
changes all the
I
time.
don't shoot him in the rear here because I'll just hit the back of the bike and I won't shoot the actual driver. Ah! Where'd it go? What'd I hit? Oh god. There we go.
So we gotta do the drive of shame. The drive.
That's
by
why I'm
of
trying to
shame.
do the
Come
drive-by.
Here. Come here. Thank you.
There we go.
All right.
There we
See
go.
you later. Briefcase, front flip. No front flip. That's all right. All right, so now we're actually going to show off what a close replay
Use
does.
the
You'll remember
keyboard,
we
it's way
made that
too hard.
replay over the close icon, and what that's going to do is allow us to move during cutscenes. So we can talk to our boss and then walk away.
There we go. This is
And now
pretty
we
good.
can just get on the bike that we can't see and drive in a direction we can't see.
Yep.
And off we go.
That's it.
Yep.
It's true,
Mission
Nolan. It's true.
completed.
All right.
There's a silver lining in it.
Gate zip is coming up. We got to yeet it real hard. Just
I said yeet way too many times.
This is one of the oldest tricks in the game, and also one of the more inconsistent ones. So we just gotta hope we get it. All right. So we can't get over here yet, but yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can.
What
are you
didn't stick
talking
the landing.
about?
All right. Phone call. You'll notice I scoped right after taking the phone call, and that allows
At
me
least
to
I
like,
didn't
sprint,
dab.
which is a lot faster
I
than
should've.
just running.
Crowd loved it. They did. They did.
Yeah.
They did. They enjoyed
Tommy's
it a
a
lot.
track star. He goes fast, and that's going to be shown off during the chase here. We're going to have to sprint a long way.
The chase is one of my favorite moments of the run
Sawed off the door.
because it's a really
Flashy.
cute strat, and then I play it up really
Good
well.
music. Glitch a car, maybe? No, okay.
Didn't stick the landing.
So we
Right?
got another donation. I
Come
think.
on!
Squeeze it in.
Should have
We
been
got
hype. Should be like,
$20
yeah, that's it. That was
Casey
frame
was born at
perfect. That's what
AGDQ
Broseph should say.
2017 got me into watching speedruns. His humor
All right,
and clear
Owly, enjoy your
explanations
homework,
got me
man.
hooked
I
and
got
me
so
to
much
try
work
some
to
tricks
do.
in
Holy
GTA
shit.
Vice City myself.
Thanks for reminding me.
My friends were impressed.
Damn.
Keep up the good work, everyone.
I bet he did the gate zip. All right, so we're going to try and roll into the market
Yeah, I
here.
mean, yeah, the camera angle thing. That was not planned. I just did it off the cuff. This is
So
really
we're gonna
hard.
Try and
This is really hard, by the way.
roll into the marker here.
That right there, that's really
Perfect.
hard to do.
Now we're moving near that cutscene, and we're already
Very
at the
precise
window.
movement there.
That's hard.
Very precise replay timing.
That's not nice.
Yeah, that's a rude thing to say.
So rude.
Yo, fan, thank you, man. 13 months.
We can sprint quite
13.
what I'm actually doing, instead of holding the sprint button, I'm tapping it, and that allows you to run for a lot longer
Didn't
than
want to
you
wait
should,
till
and so
Friday?
we're now ahead
No
of this
worries,
guy.
man. It's good to have you. Thanks very
And
much.
Tommy is just running laps around him. So,
Sorry about that.
more close replay fun here. We're not supposed to be able to drive this car. If you look on the right side of the screen, some action is happening.
So, yeah, this
I'm
strat
getting in
is
the
too
car.
good.
I'm driving off. We're going to block the driver's side door. Get out. Get back in. Please don't kill him. Cool. All right. So now what we're supposed to do is chase, hence the mission name. But now he's just...
It was right here where I got the idea to do, like, the camera thing. I did not plan this at all. I was just like, you know what? We got to do the meme.
He's just petrified. He is...
And they loved it.
Scared.
They loved it.
Look,
I was
man,
proud of that one.
Stone.
I was proud of
He
that.
is a stone statue. He has no idea what's going on, so we're just gonna, you know,
I did this in
head
practice.
right to the end
forgot
of the
that I did in
mission,
practice then.
and we're gonna do some more close replay stuff. Drive in directions we can't see. Right here.
I played that
No,
replay too
I
late.
didn't do
That's
it.
fine,
It's
though.
fine. That's like 2 seconds, whatever.
That's a lot of time.
The orb thing was kind of annoying during Celeste because they stopped saying orb and started saying every object in the game, spring, cloud, etc. And I was just like, oh man. Just gives me flashbacks to the Waluigi whining during AGDQ 2017, and then how that ended was,
I know.
ooh,
Yeah. In this
boy.
game, yeah.
All right, so we're not supposed to be able to drive this car, as I said, which means it just falls through water.
Yeah.
Normally, this doesn't happen. You can also spam the camera, make it look crazy.
Yeah, no one gave
It's like a
shuttle
raindrop on the
instructions,
screen.
which is,
Yeah, very
by the way,
realistic
that
video
guy
here.
asked for the headset from someone
So we're
else,
on the other side
and
of
he
this
gave it
bridge.
to
We're
him.
not supposed
You're not
to be
supposed
here
to
yet.
do that, ever.
And
You're not
there's
supposed to give your
nothing
headset
over
to
here,
anybody
but
else.
there is a
Like,
helicopter,
that's a fucking
And that's going
mistake.
to cut down travel time quite a bit.
And obviously
use
we
this
see
for,
why.
like,
As it
the
usually does.
majority. Man, come on.
Yeah, bro
We use
says
this
laying
for
down
like
the
the
shade for
majority of the
sure.
run, so we gotta take care of it. I'm just gonna fly back to the mansion. More donations, please.
We got $50 from Zelfian.
Making food
You
and have a
go,
look at the
KZ.
phone. Hell yeah,
Yo,
you can thank
$50
Potal
from
for
Zelda.
that one.
That's,
14
that's
minutes
another
ago,
hero.
we need to get
Shouts to the
sub.
KZ crew.
Cuties.
Really good
All
at
of
driving
them.
with Pop
Yeah.
Tire.
Those are my loyal.
We'll be
loyal
getting to
subscribers.
that for
Much
sure,
appreciated,
won't
though,
we?
tuning in today.
We will
Dropping
be
some,
getting to
some
that.
charity.
Speaking of the KZ crew, we also have $50 from Spoon Galaxy 51.
Hey.
Yeah.
Spoon Galaxy.
I've been waiting for this run all week.
Did it say that
Good
over the
luck with run,
headphones?
KZ
What,
crew.
don't give off
The
your
whole
headset?
KZ
No.
crew is rooting for
No,
you.
that's
Yo,
just,
thanks, man. All right, we're gonna.
just
we're
like,
gonna
I don't
put
know.
this in the
Should be
backyard.
obvious, honestly.
Seems like a nice place.
You never
for
know
a
what someone else is
helicopter.
going to say.
We're gonna leave that there for a while, but we're gonna limit the amount of vehicles we get in so we don't lose it. If you enter like more than 2 vehicles, they'll start despawning. The
I
ones
was
that
trying to
you enter,
glitch a
so
car here. We get to that
We're
later.
gonna.
I was looking for a car to
I
glitch.
need traffic.
The reason I look now is because we used to have 20 seconds at the end of the run where we just waited for the phone call. And that's what I would like glitch like 2 or 3 cars, or maybe 1 or 2. But we don't do that anymore, so it's good to squeeze it in when you can. And during the phone call right now is a good
Nope,
time,
they're not
but no one was
cooperating. That's
spawning.
fine. They're all scared
Yo,
of me.
Kagaya
Can you
key.
blame
Hope
him?
I said that right.
No,
Thank you
Chef.
very much. It's going great. We're
I
just
know, I
giving
stay
the
home, too.
insider info
All
on
right,
this
so
right now.
Phnom Penh is an auto-scroller. There's going to be a couple of these here, but it's like an auto-scroller can speed up. It's like
Disappointed,
you got
yeah.
stages, you kill all
Yeah,
the
I
dudes, you
appreciate
move on to the
everybody who
next one.
donated, though.
And we've
I
got
know
this
you guys might have
first-person
gotten
view,
skipped,
and our camera is
but-
like tethered to the side of the helicopter like this.
I think we
and
read
the
like a
gun
decent
kind of
amount.
fires at pea
Maybe
shooter
could have read
rate.
some more, but
It's very
it is what
deadly
it
though.
is.
But if we play a close replay
Yeah,
and we
moist
right-click,
face. Hope
we
you
can look
enjoyed it.
wherever we want, and we can shoot just way too
Phnom
fast.
Penh
This
is
unreasonable
a city
amounts
in
of deadly,
Cambodia.
which
Kagu?
is
All right, call you
very
Kagu.
good.
Cool.
Because this mission sucks in terms of
Will
like
do.
aiming. So this makes it very much easier. We can do more
Was there anything
donations
different or
while
just
I
a
do
lower
my thing
estimate?
here.
The estimate was different because it was a bid war between GTA 3 and GTA Vice City, and my estimate for GTA 3 is 1 hour 15, and they didn't adjust that, I guess, just because they wanted to go with like the longer game's estimate, just to keep everything on track, I guess. I don't know. But either way, that's the reason for that.
We have $100 from Old Hoovian.
Oh, yes.
I don't think they did
Old
any like
Boovian, thank you.
game
Throwing
versus game
down
bid wars the way
$100
they
for
did at
KZ Fru.
AGDQ.
Psyched to see his run.
One of the best
of luck.
runs. Yeah, I think it's I think
you,
it was a
old
good
Hoovian.
time for sure. I think we had a lot of fun
All right.
here.
We just blow up those barrels. so
1
we don't
hour
get in our
3
way
run next
later.
year, he might. He
If
should.
you recall, this is like the gang hideout that we drove
You
through
tuned
last
into
mission.
Bar Brawl. I'm so sorry.
And now
Oh,
we're here.
man.
And we want some money back, so this is what we're
Yo,
doing.
Cookie, thank
This is
you.
a reasonable
man.
thing to do for money.
Exactly.
Balk, hello.
Totally understandable.
Balk
Yeah,
was extremely
sometimes
nice.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
My first interaction with Balk
I hope
Soup
these are
was
insured.
on
Does
stage
insurance cover that?
GDQX.
I don't know.
They probably do now.
And he was so
Yeah.
soft-spoken
What
and
don't
nice.
they cover now?
It's true.
And then I watched his Ari run at like
We
the
have
middle of the
taken
night.
literally no damage.
after a
Lance.
few
It's
too many
fine.
drinks.
Yeah, he's kind of freaking out
Tomb
for
Raider
no
2.
reason there.
Tippy,
All right, we gotta
smooth
kill
operative.
These last 3
She's
guys
incredibly
before the cutscene
nice.
starts.
I
No, I
need to
didn't.
watch that run
Man,
still,
Come on.
but I've heard so many good
All right,
things
that's
about
fine.
it. Okay, so right here,
Before the cutscene starts.
obviously you're supposed to kill these 3 guys here before the cutscene starts, but I goofed it really hard. That'll happen at marathons. If they all died before the cutscene played, I would have shot Lance and the helicopter would have dropped immediately. But I fucked it up, so whoops.
No, I didn't. Man, come on. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
We're just gonna wait for like.
There's
3
a really
days until
precise
it gets
timing
dropped.
on killing
Oh,
Lance.
that's a lot faster than I expected. Never mind.
And you need to be
That's how
fast.
3 days feel these days, though.
Yeah, right.
So I just didn't
Man.
bother.
All right.
I wanted to
so
shoot
these guys
Lance,
are upset,
obviously,
but we
for
just run past
the
them Neo
funsies,
style
but it is
and
what it
take
is.
our money back. Off and away we go. And now we're on to fastest boat.
I think it was
Diaz
the
is the dude we're doing work for right now.
I watched-
He's
I
got
watched
this
a little bit
giant
of
mansion.
Metal
He's
Gear,
kind of the
oddly
kingpin of the
enough.
criminal underworld, right? And he's got two jetties, but he doesn't have a single boat. I feel like we need to get him a boat.
We need to even the balance out a little bit.
Right, exactly. It's kind of a shame. Just right over the wall. Hang in
Criteria
there.
for top runs.
So what we're gonna do next is
I think
kind
I've
of
seen it. I
abuse
think
an
it was in
intended mechanic
Polygon,
as you
and
tend to do
also
in
it was
speedrunning.
on Kotaku.
In this
I think.
game, you can't swim, but because of that,
Yeah, I've been
if
in
you are on land
AGDQ
next to a boat
2017
and you hit
and
into a vehicle, you just warp
GDQX
into it.
2018.
Rockstar is nice enough. Is like, hey, you know,
same run.
it's fine. You're close enough.
Yeah.
Every
We'll get
time.
you the
Hopefully,
rest
get
of the
into
way.
something
It's very
else
kind
next
of them.
time.
So what you're supposed to
Maybe
do
a
in this
longer
mission
category or a
is,
different game. We'll see.
Fight your way through the warehouse and like lower the boat and then get in it and all that. But we can just get out.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Stand-
something else.
Stand right next to it, warp right in,
Blup.
and see you later.
That's it.
Yep. There's only so much you can do in a 9-month development cycle anyway.
know,
This
right?
game was.
It was 7
Ooh,
or
it
9
was-
months. I
This
don't know.
game came out quick after
Yeah.
GTA 3.
But either way,
Yeah,
it was.
no,
it was very
man,
fast.
it's a classic though. They
Yo,
really-
Belief,
they
thank you,
cemented their
man.
legacy
Much
with
love
this
to
one.
you.
All right. So we're gonna run through the hedge maze because I want a sniper rifle.
I'm glad I could
Don't
show
you
people
want
a
a
good
sniper
time.
rifle?
Who doesn't?
All right, yeah.
I want a sniper rifle.
Exactly.
I'm telling you. So we're waiting on a phone call, and during that time, it takes 20 seconds from the end of the
Game
mission
dev done
to
quick.
Your,
True.
Your phone
I-
starting. So we're just gonna run right here.
I forgot the sniper rifle a couple times in practice. I just ran right past it. Just ran to the front of the mansion a couple times. So I'm like, wait a minute, I forgot something. Whoops.
Here.
So I'm glad I
Grab
remembered
our
it this
little
time.
Sniper rifle. That's gonna come in handy way.
Oh yeah,
later,
you're
way
down that
later.
way near Orlando, huh?
We
Cool.
used to go to the gun
I've never
store and
been
get
to
the grenades
Florida.
and the
Hopefully
sniper
I get to
rifle,
go.
but, we were able to save time now by just squeezing it in places where you can't really lose time. You see, I'm already at the marker, so it doesn't matter.
There's a guy with the
All right, Supply and Demand
glasses.
is the second auto scroller.
I wore my glasses. I don't
It's
know
a
why.
little race to this boat.
I'll try
I
to
need
go
skip
to.
cutscenes. What am I
Is it? I think SGDQ is next, right? And then it's ESA Summer. Well, ESA Winter's about to happen. I'm definitely not going to that. I'd like to go to ESA Summer, and if I get a game into SGDQ, then I'll go there. But I don't know what the odds of that are happening. I don't think they take GTA. I don't think they will.
15%?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Whew. That's some banging tunes, but we got to skip them.
Yeah, we've got to skip them. It's
Yeah.
an unfortunate part of
Right.
what we do.
I got to make estimate, you know. So we still have our close.
Oh yeah,
What
oh
we-
yeah.
15%?
I need to. It's a little race.
I don't
to
know what
this-
I was
to
doing.
this boat. need to skip cutscenes. What am I doing?
I forgot to skip fucking cutscene,
We can
dude.
get the same kind of glitches before.
Oh my god.
Where you like you can look wherever you want, you shoot really fast. But if I don't get it, I'm not gonna waste time on it. So it saves time in this one specific spot because it kind of speeds up the fade. The game likes to fade to black and then fade back up to black, and you can like skip that. It's a very minor optimization. Let's see if I get it. It's very precise. I don't think that. Oh, that is it. Nice.
That is it.
Nice.
All right, there you go.
The reason I didn't think it was it is because if you'll notice, frame by frame here, there's like a little bit of this after the replay. Like the replay ends and then I'm still driving the boat and I was like, ah, damn, I missed it. But I think I think the pickup cycle on this was really late and that's why it worked. Yeah, the fade started happening in the cutscene. Yeah.
I don't think that. Oh, that is it. Nice.
So that's why
All right,
that's why I thought it was not it. Because I was
So
like, oh,
we
I'm
have
still
this
driving
again.
the boat. But I guess the pickup was so late.
And we're going to make quick work of this mission. As you can imagine, it's quite trivial when you can just shoot at the speed of sound. Donations would be great.
Yeah, it looks like a nice leisurely boat ride there.
Yeah, we're just hanging out, you know, just a couple of guys in a boat, you know,
With guns.
Yeah,
with guns,
typical
That's
Vice
good.
City.
you know.
Good,
Yeah.
good meme.
We have $50 from Likos Lol. Hey KZ, don't forget our friendly wager, sub 53.
Oh man,
Uh-oh.
That did not age well.
I gotta make that happen. Now that he's brought it up, I thought he'd forget.
That did not age well.
Maybe don't say
Guess
that
not.
now.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Congrats on the 1 million.
Ooh.
Keep up the great work, all of you.
yo, 2 commas
Jesus.
already. That's crazy.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. All right, so I'm just gonna get rid of that guy.
It was a
We're gonna wait.
57.
If I
This
kill
is
the
like
driver of this boat
57,
now,
20,
there's a
30
chance that
some
Lance will
shit.
just plow into it and flip over.
I
And
could
that's,
have.
no
It
good for
probably would have
anybody.
not been so high if I didn't do the
So we're
ice
just gonna
cream
wait
van ending.
until
I
we're
think
kinda
I think I
past them.
lost a lot of time because
And
of
then we're gonna
that.
use our close
But
replay again.
whatever, dude. Fuck it.
As you recall, we picked up a helicopter a while ago. It's still there. And we're going to be making use of that now. See you later.
Still pretty good, yeah. The 57 after all that
Apparently
is
the police
is
don't
it's
like
quite
this for some
quite
reason.
all right. It was a fine.
Whatever could be the reason.
All right, so as soon as we get near this jetty, close.
You can kill Lance after getting the replay close pickup, but I didn't want to do that in case I fucked up the timing and failed the mission, which would have been the most embarrassing thing in the world. I would have run off stage, literally.
Replay it.
I would have sprinted out of the venue.
And see you later. Let me get up the stairs.
I was also very scared of walking into the water
Okay,
after
close
fucking
replay
up
it.
that
There we
turnaround
go.
on the stairs here. You
And
can
see you
see a
later.
turnaround, and I'm not up the stairs, right? I was like, ooh. Then I was like, wait a minute. Let me not walk into the water. And then, you know, I kind of took a wide turn that way.
me
I'm
get
like,
up the
oh man, don't want to walk
Sorry.
walk into the water.
Truly the final boss.
Oh boy.
Okay, we got in it. I had to listen
Worst
to
time in the
door.
marathon. Worst time's like 104 by
No, it's
Anime
fine.
K.
It's fine. We're already there.
You gotta tell me to be quiet.
think.
No, I'm not going to tell you to be quiet, man. It's GDQ. You got to be hype.
Yeah, drowning
Come
there
on,
would be
hype.
something.
Yeah, see? I'm not going to tell
I didn't know I was sparking the hype, like, hype. I was just saying hype. I didn't realize people would just...
you to be quiet, man. It's GDQ. You got to be hype. Come on. Hype? Yes.
Like, in retrospect, it sounds like I'm setting up for them to do that, but I was not. I was just, it's just like, trying to say, you know, I don't want quiet time. Fuck
you
that.
gotta make
Fuck
some noise.
quiet time, man.
Oh, I can do
I'll
that.
live.
If you want,
What's
I can do
quiet
that.
time gonna help me with?
I mean,
You know?
is that why you're here?
I get
Okay,
nervous if
well,
there's
that'd be
quiet
good for
time.
anybody.
Fuck
All right.
that.
We're going to put down the helicopter.
Yo,
Hopefully
great,
the phone
Nani.
don't ring. Ah! Darn it.
That probably happened
That's
because I
fine.
fucked up
Little
walking up the
optimization where you
stairs.
just sprint right into the marker, but we kind of got in the helicopter
whatever.
late, so whatever. We're gonna go and make another
Does
replay.
it fail the mission? I think
As
so.
I said, we can
Or
only
you
have one
die.
at a time.
You
so
died,
we're gonna
probably
get rid of
fail.
our close replays. Let's move
Would've been
around in
awful.
places we shouldn't.
Oh, of
We're gonna
mine?
Make
Yeah,
a
I think so,
replay over
Box
the
you.
buy icon.
Maybe.
Of this.
I think I
this
did
asset
Vice City
here.
80%
Later in the game, we're gonna start buying
in
properties and buying
GTA
properties,
Marathon
I mean, too.
2015.
Normally, you're supposed to buy
I think
like
that was
7,
slower.
but we skip a lot. So we're gonna make a replay right over that, and we'll come back to that later.
Paraded dude scared of dead air.
So
Yeah, like the Pokemon
Colonel
race had like
wants
10
a,
minutes of
wants a
quiet
tank
time at
for
the
some
start of the
reason.
run. It
I
was
can't
so
imagine why.
so odd
I don't know.
for me. I don't know.
Rich
Whatever.
people problems.
Why would you want a tank?
I wouldn't want a tank. That's too much responsibility.
True, yeah.
If you shoot the gun,
This is one of those things that And this is why I have people on the couch who don't run the game. These guys don't run the game. I was like the only one at the entire event that ran this game. And this is why I have people who don't run the game on my couch, because they can kind of give me that casual perspective of a viewer that doesn't run the game. What's funny to them? Like, what are they going to gravitate towards? What are they going to find interesting? Because I don't know. I've played this game so much, a lot of it becomes noise. Like, you'll notice during dialogue or phone calls where there's like vulgarities, I'm not listening to that shit because I've heard it way too many times. But Enigma and Broseph, maybe it's still fresh to their ears, so they hear it and they're like trying to cover up the swears, right? So this is one of those things that I don't think about. I don't think about how this is funny. Just getting into the tank, right? Having the military just not care about this. So that's why I like have this little giggle as I'm doing, is I just realize how absurd this is. How absurd it actually is.
Honor, they just get out and you just get in.
Yeah. I didn't think about it, so I was
there
doing it. I
you
was like,
go.
yeah, this is
We're gonna
silly.
turn
This
the
is
turret
funny.
around,
Just like, yep.
and we're gonna fire
that's
quite
funny.
a bit to speed our drive up here. The police don't like this either.
No, they do not.
No.
No.
Yeah,
So
also
we're gonna
GDQ
try
doesn't
and
care about
just
the
get
swearing.
rid of this as quickly
We
as
just-
we
we
can.
just
Once we get
coughed
close
over
enough
it
to
for
the garage,
funsies.
they just give up. See, their stars are gone.
They're like, oh, he's in the pink circle. It's over.
Yeah, they don't care anymore. And the self-destruct, I don't know what happens to it. It's just, I guess it just stops. I don't know. $2,000. You think you'd earn a little bit more money for stealing a tank from the military, but
That's how much it costs to insure per month, actually.
well, I mean, you know, we're kind of getting the short end of the stick.
We
there.
are.
It's also the 80s, so you have to take into account inflation.
I didn't know
Yeah.
how to respond to that.
Even
The
then,
ins-
it's still
the
not the-
insurance comment. I'm like, I can't think of insurance jokes. I don't have any insurance humor.
Right. All right. So
It's like asking me to make jokes about an aqueduct. I don't know. I got nothing, dude. This whole sequence is very funny.
we're gonna banish some people
This is
to the
really
Shadow
good.
Realm. Literally, we're gonna shoot our gun and then play a replay as they're getting out, and they're just gonna stand there soulless for the rest of the game.
This is another one of those moments that you just can't plan on. It's just a thing that happens. It's like the van at the start of the game that almost hit me. Is what happens right here, and I'm so glad this happened. This is so fucking funny to me.
Okay, he knows what's happening.
He wanted his soul.
Like, the comedic timing is so good. It's so good. I'm just explaining how these people are, like, banished, and they just are soulless husks of what they were for the rest of the game. And this guy, like, hears that, and he just drives off, and I'm like, alright, that's cool,
He
whatever.
fought for his life. I respect
Right
that.
on.
He gave it the old try.
So since I glitched the phone call by,
I don't think there's a lot of games in
I can,
GDQ that
I
just
can
have
shoot
that,
and do all this
like,
fun stuff. You're not
I don't
supposed to
know,
be able to do
that
this.
kind of humor.
Because of that, the AI completely ignores you when you're on the phone because you're usually defenseless. But if you glitch calls,
He's still there?
you know, you
Yeah.
can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
you
that's
can even
funny,
get in
too.
cars, but that cancels the call.
It
You
had
still
you
have
in
to take it
stitches.
later.
It was really good.
So the reason I do want to banish people to the Shadow Realm is to like clog up the game's memory so it's not dedicating space to actual moving traffic. It's hazardous to my health.
Spontaneity. That's it, yeah.
And the
Not a lot of that in this
environment,
game. Or, there is a lot of that in
So
this game.
it's all for charity. You know, we're just cleaning up the streets.
Yeah, I mean, we never
just
shut
slammed
the
us
door
down
when
right
we
in the
leave the
road.
helicopter. We just shut it there.
I've
We
seen
like
some
opened it and shut
T-posing
it.
going on at AGDQ, but I gotta tell you, you got
I didn't plan to show this, obviously. What you'll see, like, high-level people do during this part is they'll stand here and then play replays. The dialogue advances in the replay, but the game is effectively paused. So the dialogue advances while the helicopter's blades don't spin down. And then you go into the Malibu, you start the mission, you get out, and by the time you get back to the helicopter, if you're fast enough, the blades will still be kind of spinning down, so it takes less time to take off. Holly, thank you, man. 15 months. Holy Moses. Welcome back to the realm of
15
the
months
living,
free by
friends.
PogChamp.
He is back. He had no internet for God knows how long. So you know how that works. If you're not on the internet, you're basically dead. So he's back. He's alive. He's good. Thank you, Polly. 15 months, man. 15 whole months. Yo, MH, what up, man? How's your streams been going? How's your gameplay shaping up? But yeah, I don't do the high level strat of playing replays here, except to do
Nothing
the
on Tommy's
T-pose.
T-posing, okay? You ready for this?
Ready.
You're not ready for this. There you go.
The first time this happened, I like screamed and left the room. The first time I saw this like 3 years ago. Also, the way this works is, let me back up here. All right, so replays are dumb
You got
and weird.
nothing on Tommy's T-posing.
So you just equip like a two-handed weapon and you take that first step forward, and you play a replay and you stop moving.
Okay, you ready for this?
Ready.
You're not ready for this.
And that right there, Tommy's stuck like that. And when you just play a replay again, that
There you go.
happens.
Nice.
Oh my!
That's T-posing for bros, right?
That's some DDP.
I said
joke
bros,
right
not
there.
pros.
Please don't actually
B
do
as in
that.
boy.
Please don't try
Good
that.
to have
Thank you for
Luffy.
saying that.
Thank
'cause I was
you
about
for
to do
hanging
it.
out,
Thank you
man.
for saving me.
Yeah, he's alive.
All right, so Lance has gotten himself kidnapped. Diaz actually killed Lance's brother at the start of the game.
DDP
And Lance was in this tower.
Yokovic.
I can't imagine why.
Fucking
But he
Enigma,
got
man.
himself in some trouble, and he's being
he's
held
great.
captive, and now we got to go save him. That's why we went to the Malibu. Kent Paul, from the start of the game, had the hot scoop, and he's like, yo, show up. I got some information. And now we got to go all the way back to the other side of the map to go and rescue our friend.
The helicopter
I guess
does
he's a friend,
despawn
more of an
sometimes.
associate. He's
And
kind
because
of a headache
because
during
of like
this
the
run.
blades grinded against the
But we
side
have
of
to
this
save him.
whatever
So we're gonna ditch this.
grain
Please don't
elevator,
despawn. Do something else.
was like hopefully
that
that
can
doesn't
happen
despawn.
sometimes. We're
Yo,
gonna
thank you, Anti-Peter.
Take care
Appreciate
of
it,
4
man.
guys here.
Zap, zap.
Zap. Grenades out. Chain.
I have thrown grenades here and killed Lance and myself, so that's why I make a point to
Care,
like.
4 guys.
I'm saying it for myself more than anything when I say grenades out, so that I know I have them out. I can't throw them. I gotta switch to the chainsaw. You have to cycle through weapons in this game. There's no like, oh, you press 3 and you bring out an SMG. You press 1, you have melee weapon. That would be if this game was good and modern, but I have to cycle through shit to get to it, so that's a headache. And I use Q and E to cycle through weapons. I don't use my scroll wheel or anything.
This here. Zap.
He has a
Zap.
result? Oh yeah.
Grenades
The
out.
fuck's the
Chainsaw
result?
out. All right.
Oof. Oh gosh.
I don't know what came over
The
me.
air
there.
is so dry here.
Yeah, it really is.
Golden Side 3. Yeah, right? Fuck, dude.
All right, so just a little casual
so nice,
conversation
but nope.
while one guy's bleeding out. All over the floor. Thanks, Lance. All right. So let's go back to our helicopter. Ooh, it's here.
I do take
I've
wide
just spanned
turns
the
and
camera.
shit to
There's a
make sure
purpose for
Lance
that.
doesn't
I'm
get
just
stuck
making sure
on
Lance is
anything.
behind me. And if you spam the camera when an AI companion is following you, he likes to teleport.
Like,
to you,
just
which is
cause
good.
one.
Usually, sometimes Lance can
Just
teleport inside like the machine
Cause,
over there.
forehead.
That's no good for anybody.
No.
Nah.
Blindfolded GTA VC weapon
we're
cycling.
just
Oh
gonna
god.
come
Ryan!
to the hospital.
$29.99!
Probably gonna be a bit of a
Yo,
rough
thank
landing.
you, man. Much love
We'll
to you.
survive.
I'm gonna spam in my chat. You can't fucking
Uh-oh.
stop
Oh
me.
no!
Right? You can't stop me. Oh yeah, this is amazing. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the run.
A rough landing. He'll survive. Uh-oh.
When I start saying uh-oh, I kind of realize in the moment that what I'm reacting to is not obvious. Felipe, 2 years, man. Holy Moses.
Pog jam.
Holy Moses. Holy Jesus. Welcome to the Rainbow Badge Club. Welcome. I'm not T-posing, I'm stretching. Welcome. Thank you, man. And thank you again, Ryan, $29.99. Glad you enjoyed the run. Glad you had fun. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. And it was great to be there. What up, Durreich? Thanks for love, guys. Yeah, so I realize when I start saying uh-oh, it's not obvious what I'm reacting to. And that's why I'm so grateful that they were able to pick up on it. Because, you know, a lot of times in speedrunning, people will react to things that aren't apparent. Like, they'll, like, freak out over something, and you're, like, not sure what's going on, right? So maybe I was reacting to something that was only apparent to me as a speedrunner or nothing else, but then these guys realized I was talking about Grandma with the shopping bags. And that means we set it up for, like, one of the best moments of the run, and I'm so glad that this happened. I'm so glad. I've been partnered since April 2015, I think. Yeah. I think so. So yeah.
Oh no.
She was shopping. What?
Thank you, Enigma, creating such a great joke. That was so good.
What are you doing, you monster?
Lance.
Those sales were seriously to die for.
They
though.
were.
And Brosep with the follow-up.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right.
Well done.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
Enigma knows. He knows you got to celebrate those good jokes, right?
All right.
Well done.
So that's what he's doing right there. He's just, saying, look, you're funny. You can do it. You can make people laugh. Well done. That's what he's doing, right? And, yeah, that bit had me in stitches. It's not even me. Like, I set it up because I kind of drew attention to it, right?
Oh no.
I was the first one to react to this, and then Enigma went with it, and then Brosef went with it. They were the ones who made this shit funny. I didn't do anything. I just set it up.
She was shopping.
Fucking great.
What are you doing, you monster?
Lance.
Those sales were seriously to die for.
They
though.
were.
That was them. That was all them.
Well done.
I didn't do that shit.
All right.
Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm just gonna fly back to Diaz's mansion, and we can squeeze in a couple donations, I think.
We have 50.
She's taking a
sorry,
nap.
I read that one. We have $5 from
permanent
This Is Estonia.
Yeah,
Good
the
luck,
way
Casey.
he just
Have fun, mate.
enunciated it was perfect.
Thank you. This is Estonia, another KZ crew.
Shoutouts to him.
All the boys showing up.
We have $50
Exactly,
from Greg Meyer.
Alex. Exactly,
I spent
man.
hours playing Vice City when I was younger.
And that's
It
what
was
it
one of
is
my favorite
when I play the
games.
game too, like
I'm
on
real
my own.
excited
It's
to see it
just
blast
me
to
landing the
pieces.
chopper. Someone happened
Good
to die
luck to
that
the
time,
runners.
whatever.
GDQ is my favorite event of the year, and I'm always happy to watch.
You can't hide. Yes. All right. So we're gonna slide.
I'm glad I set this up earlier as something that's humorous, like banishing people to the Shadow Realm, because then it gives me something to
can't
riff on
hide.
here. Instead of me
Yes.
just glitching the car.
All right. So we're gonna.
We
slide.
all really remember what happened there
we
because
go.
it was
That's the
funny.
slide. And now I'm moving without pressing any buttons. And the reason I want to do this is because
Yeah, she was at the
at
hospital.
the
It's
start of this
fine.
mission here.
That's exactly where you want to
can't
have an
move during
accident.
the fade,
Right
but if
outside the
If
hospital.
you're sliding and your input is stuck, then you just kind of zoom. There we go. That's very good. All right, so Diaz has messed with the wrong dude. All right, I'm the only guy in town that can banish people to the Shadow Realm, be in two places at once, physically and temporarily. I can clip through walls, eventually.
Good shit.
He's not seeing this coming. Sorry, bro.
They never do.
Yeah, you've messed with the wrong guy.
Yeah.
There we go. That's like the
Pretty
first
good,
half of
right?
the
Yeah.
game.
I don't know.
It's an okay time.
This is fine. This is like a
Diaz
like
is
a mid
dead.
to high 33.
Sorry.
That's fine. You know how like in movies and shit when the pivotal moment happens with the protagonist and the antagonist, and they say like a quippy one-liner before shoving the antagonist off a cliff or into a grain elevator or otherwise just shooting them in the fucking head, and they say something funny like dodge this, boom, like that. I was thinking of good one-liners that Tommy would say, and Diaz's Died was one of them, definitely. And I had some other ones, but I can't remember now. But I know that everybody. I got booed. I literally got booed. Obviously in jest, because it's dumb. I know it's fucking stupid. I know it's idiotic. Great none. Thank
Diaz
you, man.
is
Thank you
Diad.
very much.
Sorry.
Yeah, Enigma. Yeah, he's a hero. Yeah, booze.
Some comedy, baby.
Yeah, sometimes they land and sometimes they don't. So, since we've killed him, we now have his mansion. I
Feel good.
suppose.
Yeah.
And we now
Thank
have
you,
his
by the
gang.
way.
They're
Great
now
one for
loyal
the
to
bits.
us.
100.
So we're gonna build
True
up the
hypers.
Rossetti gang now.
Thank you, man.
And we're gonna take over the town. We're the new players in town for the first half of the game, and now we gotta show people what's what. And the best way to do that is to break windows at the shopping mall. So we're gonna. I don't
That's
know.
what MTV taught me in the 90s. That's how you do it.
I don't know what Tommy's thinking, but it's We'll roll with it. We'll
He
go
was,
with it.
yeah,
This is like
he was awesome.
teenager loitering levels. Of, you know,
Rebellion.
This is. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. This could have been a lot worse. When you like start grinding your helicopter against something like this and you can't get out of it, the thing takes way too much damage and it could easily catch fire and explode. But it didn't. That didn't happen. I was like, man, this is gonna be bad later. You know, we're setting ourselves up for failure in 2 missions. Appreciate the bit, Tolly. Yeah. So that's like pretty healthily black smoke, right? When vehicles take a lot of damage, they start smoking white, and then they like start smoking grayish, and they start smoking black, and then they blow up, right? 5 seconds, half a second before the explosion. I try not to draw attention to that because I think that's the most violent part of the game is blowing up a fucking cafe. So I try not to joke on that one. Of course, AGDQ 2017, I didn't care, and I was like, guys, this is terrorism. I realize in hindsight, don't say that.
that might be a problem.
I was like,
Don't
oh,
worry
you
about
know, maybe don't say that
My
next
head on
time.
the door. These people are very upset about this, by the way.
destroying
And then Enigma does the racist impression.
their livelihood.
What the fuck are you
Decent
doing,
windows.
bro?
Every bullet has a 25% chance
it's
to break
fine.
the window, except for the first one.
Hello?
Oh,
Okay, come on.
there you go.
If you like run out of ammo and then you crouch and uncrouch, usually you start shooting again immediately. But I mistimed it, I guess. I don't know.
On the day. There we go. Sometimes
They were ready for you.
Yeah.
All right, first use
Explain how close these things were.
That's very, very good.
It turns out all right in the end, so don't worry about it. Yeah, animation skills for sure.
And the last few here. I'm replaying when my clip is low because that refills your weapon.
Also, replaying does that too.
All right, and we're gonna get in the prize Lamborghini
I should have had better jokes for this, but my brain went blank, so I didn't really riff on this great.
here, and we're gonna warp. to
You
the
know,
Cherry
this is
Pop
kind of
ice cream
absurd, right?
factory.
Driving
We
in
made
the
this
fucking
replay earlier. You can
comfort,
buy proper
like, we're in the infinite void right now, right? And there's mall music playing overhead, which you can't really hear, probably, because the volume is so low, and I'm so loud, and Enigma's so loud. But
produce the replays, and it doesn't spend any money.
Could have
which
been
is
good.
very
I don't
good
know.
because this
I didn't
game
think
does
of
not
anything
like to
funny.
give you money, and we need a lot of money. Excuse me. This is happening. I don't. You know this.
you know, that's not humor. I'm just like, yeah, this is happening. Yeah, I'm not riffing on that, but that's all right.
I mean, okay.
See,
When the
I'm out of words. I got nothing. Enigma tries. He helps me out
GPS
here.
malfunctions and it takes you to somewhere you don't expect to be. This is what happens.
Yeah, you wind up in the
This
shadow
is the
realm.
wrong part of town.
Yeah. That's when you lose
Unlocked
your
with the
data
key of the ignition, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
here's
exactly.
the
I should have made a
mansion.
joke
It's
about
here, I
that, but I
promise.
didn't.
We're in the upside down.
I mean, I had
not
already
anymore,
joked
sorry.
about the Shadow Realm, but I didn't want to bring it back. I think Broseph quipped in with that one.
Kent is calling us for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't listen to the calls anymore.
You're
And
so
we need to
envious of
enter
us
this
being able to come with
vehicle
jokes
that
on
we just
demand.
took and
You
not
do it
the,
all the
like
time.
nation vehicle, because then that'll
You had
despawn
like
our
3
helicopter, and we still wanna
shitty
use that
puns
thing
last night about
if
ladders
it
in
doesn't blow
PMC
up.
Trilogy's
It's,
chat,
whew, it's gonna be something.
one after another.
So the next thing on our list is there's a protection agency across town.
It's not on
and
demand.
they're
That's
paying,
fair.
Or they're protecting a restaurant, and we're what? All right.
Wow.
Okay, it's fine.
They finally uploaded it. Yeah, it's on
so we're
YouTube
gonna go say
now.
hi to these guys, find out.
I
who
gotta
they're
tweet
working
that
for,
out,
and then we're gonna
too.
Run them out of town.
I gotta link
as
my
we
dad
do.
that. He wants
We can
to
probably
watch it.
fit in a donation while
Yeah, good
I,
hitbox.
well,
The strat here with these two guys is to handbrake turn and then Uzi this guy first and then this guy first. The reason you do that is because if you shoot this guy first, the other guy shoots at you. But if you shoot this guy first, the other guy runs off, and so there's no, like, he's not shooting at you. And this is, like, the exact moment when I decide, fuck that, I'm running them over, because it's funnier.
I speak these fine gentlemen.
Like, that's a lot slower, but also, it's just...
We can
Y'all gotta appreciate my comedic timing, okay? That was good,
probably
alright?
put in a donation while I speak these fine gentlemen.
Boom!
Just like you spoke to the chef. We have $25 from Toka. I'm having so much fun. Combine that with nostalgia, and you have a game where I have to donate.
Perfect. Thank you very much. All right, so we found out who they're working for. The manager told us. He's very scared of us for some reason. So we're gonna run them out of town by blowing up the one car they have. And
This is all fine.
throwing the
I'm doing
grenades.
this
And now
fine.
There's gonna be a couple
It's
guys
all
on
good.
bikes trying.
You throw the grenade so that guy kind of has a delayed death, and you can run down the street here so that you can kind of intercept the bikers better.
to leave town.
Switch to the M16 and then crouch.
And we're
Face the direction. Everything's going fine. This is perfect, okay? In AGDQ 2017, I got this, and I just practiced it over and over. Specifically, this mission, over and over and over and over and over. And then I noticed, like, when I was at the venue, my mouse sensitivity was kind of fucked up, and so I had to change it. I had to go in the mouse settings and change my goddamn sensitivity so I could do it right. And then I did it. I fucking did it. And then GDQX 2018, I didn't practice this a whole lot because I was kind of confident. And then I fucked it up completely because I was so nervous about it. And then I got the sniper shot on him, and that was hype. And that didn't happen this time. None of that happened. And I got to show you why, okay? I didn't practice this specifically over and over like I did 2 years ago because I was good at this. I was good at everything in the run. I did not have any weak spots.
we're gonna intercept them.
I didn't feel like I had any weak spots.
Hopefully.
Do a panel.
Aiming in this game.
They do panels at GDQ now, so yeah, pretty interesting. They're trying to move towards like the more conventional convention thing. So this happens.
Game is really awful.
Everything's fine. I don't think I need to spell out how unlucky this is. This does not happen. This is very, very unlucky. This never happened in practice, either in the months leading up to this run or at the venue. And this kind of sets the stage for the next several minutes. And I'm not pleased with this. So, obviously I'm getting ready to shoot the dude, right? I'm getting ready to shoot these guys and take one of their bikes and then speed off into the sunset. So obviously, him colliding with me here. I'm kind of missing my first shots, which is fine. You know, usually I would still have plenty of time to do this. I'm aiming like way too low. And then him colliding with me gives Tommy the stumble animation. And I stop shooting. Which is a big deal, right? Because they're getting away. Like, time is fucking critical here.
Can you?
So, also another thing. Every time a cop hits you with his baton, there's a percent chance that he's going to knock you down and you get busted. At 100 health, it's very rare, but it can happen. The lower health you have, the more likely it is to happen. And there's also something else factored into it, like the distance from the cop or angle or something. I don't know. The calculation is weird. So my first thought is, don't get busted.
Whoa!
So I had to get rid of him.
Police didn't like that either.
And, you know, my aiming is not perfect,
I got a bike,
and
but
I was kind of shook. Otherwise, I would have tried to get off more sniper rifle shots here.
come on.
Just
Nah, that's not
didn't
happening.
happen.
Okay.
He was turning here. Like, he starts turning,
Come on.
and so I'm like, there's no way I'm lining up a sniper bullet with this. There's no way.
Nah, that's not happening. Okay.
So I was like, all right,
well, I mean, the
let's
cop
just cut our
was
losses.
there. That doesn't happen in video games.
It's all because of the cop, by the way. Maybe I would have, like, fucked up the aiming, but at least I would have had a much better chance if I could actually, like, continuously shoot instead of having to divide my attention with the cop.
Except for just now. I think we've got flat tires here.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So when this
boy.
happens,
This is not a meme. If your back tire is popped and your front one is not, you will just spin out fucking constantly. If your front tire is popped and your back one is not, that's good. Leave it as is. But if your back one is popped, you gotta pop the front one to get any kind of, like, ability to drive without spinning out constantly and falling off your bike.
You want to flatten both. I'm serious, okay?
There's a
This guy was freaking me out. This angry, and whatever the fuck that is.
Watch out. All right, this was comical. All right, he's
Yo,
he's
Donald
going
Sean.
away. Thank you.
And,
This is good.
Yeah, this is
so, every single time I was about to... Every single time I was about to hit a cop or any kind of vehicle on my bike, I tried to bail off, but every single time I reacted too late. And since y'all are here joining me today, all my new friends who watched my GDQ run and saw this happen live, thanks for being here and checking me out. I'll give you the hot scoop about this, okay? To 160,000 people and everybody else in the room except me, it looks like I just got completely fucked. Completely unlucky. Horrendous things happening, bad RNG, and the cop, the on-foot cop was bad RNG. I just got fucked completely. Now this, I think if you have 2 stars, thank you for the bits, by the way, great none, appreciate it. Yeah, good scratch moment. If you have 2 stars, there are some parts of the map where I don't know if it's like 100% consistent. There are parts of the map where cop cars will just spawn, and then they have like a scripted path, and this is one of those moments. Is this intersection right here?
Thank you.
Right past the hotel. 2 cop cars. Yep. So, yeah. There's a couple other spots. You encounter one of them on the driver during the Malibu mission. So what happened here is I did not play around it. I did not play around this happening because I was frazzled, and because it just, you never see this if you're good at the mission. And I hadn't gotten into this situation in months, so I didn't expect to need to plan around this. And I was just focused on catching up with this guy on the map here. Like, I'm far away from him, right? He's way down there. And I didn't know, because again, I'm never in this situation. I didn't know what happens if he gets away. I don't know if there's like a radius I need to be within or I fail the mission. I don't know if he gets to like the south end of the map and the mission fails because I didn't kill him because he gets away. I was just thinking about, I need to catch up with this guy. I need to get him. I need to not get away from him. I don't know what's going to happen. Because this never happens. This just never happens. So, and then this gets clipped, viewed over 100,000 times. Twitch includes it in their compilation on Twitter with 2 other clips. Mine made it into it. The video exploded in laughter, and probably one of the more memorable points of the run. So at least it ended. It did in some kind of, I don't know, humor, right? Boom.
Oh my god!
I should have seen
Exactly,
that
OC, yeah. Exactly. Again, in case you're wondering, I can't take another vehicle. I have to stick with this bike or my helicopter despawns at the mall, and that's a big deal. I need to hold on to that thing. So this is why I just stick with this shitty-ass bike, right?
Welcome to Vice City speedrunning, ladies and gentlemen.
So this happens too. The cop is not driving fast because I'm on foot, right? And then I get in the vehicle and he just like speeds up right next to me, and this is this is very scary. You're very vulnerable when you're on a bike because the cops can knock you off. If you're in a car, they have to rip open the door, right? And then you have this time to get away and they can fall over. But when you're on a bike, I reacted. This is the perfect reaction, by the way. I played fine here. This is what you do. That's the move. That's exactly what you do.
We're running away.
This is a speed run.
We still have to intercept the dude from earlier. We can't take that bike, though. I think I'm going to put
Yo,
this
Julian.
in the paint spray. He's trying to flatten the tires that are already flattened. I'm hit.
I was hitting handbrake and S, and there was no way out of that. I should not have been so fast, I guess, but I also didn't want to make myself vulnerable to the police chasing me.
Trees.
Oh my goodness.
Is he over there? Can I get him? Okay, don't. Ooh.
I was a little worried. I was a little worried about those cops.
This is what happens when the police decide to
Enforce the law.
Thank you,
What
Enigma.
happens when they do their job?
I didn't know that this is what happens. I didn't really just get here and stop. So, I'm pleased that it worked out like this, thankfully. Horning all the time, that only works at SA. The horn doesn't do anything in this game.
I don't know what you're doing, bro. You got away. You
So
could've
again, I have to
left
take this bike
town.
instead of that one.
Why did
Otherwise,
you
yeah.
stop? They don't care anymore. As you can see.
That's the pink circle.
I am
We played
definitely
Chainsaw and the Cop.
Law. Can I
Welcome to Vice City
It's-
speedrunning,
it's
ladies
the
and
speed
gentlemen.
police.
Musical
my
Daredevil
God.
knows.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, I mean, things happen.
Over.
Hey, you could have left anymore. As you can see.
That's the pink circle.
I am definitely putting this.
pink circle. It's over.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting this in the pain.
I probably
spray.
should have gone
We're
on
gonna lose
this
some
road
time,
down
but you know
here
what?
and then turn
It's
north.
More time to read donations.
Also, didn't know you were in the
We have
audience.
$25 from Danotage.
Anthony Callum?
Banishing people to the Shadow Realm
Hope
is
you enjoyed the
BC's
run,
middle
friend.
name.
Hope
The
the
lounge
hope the
loves
crowd
you as
liked
well as
it.
the
It sounded
entire
like they
AGDQ
did.
Event. Kick butt from the Dano Cave.
I have driven this bike with flat tires far too often.
Same, actually.
Yo,
So
that's the
leaning back will
struggle,
help you do
man.
turns when
This
you're
game is brutal.
Yeah.
you got two flats.
Okay. All right, let's get back on track. Now that I can actually drive this vehicle,
All right. I was a
We're
little
gonna go back to the
frazzled, but I was
mansion,
okay because you know I didn't
and
fail
we're
the
gonna
mission.
do
I'm just really glad I didn't
last
fail the
mission
mission.
at the mansion, Copland.
And you know I
And
paid
then
sprayed
we'll
the
be
bike.
on
That was
to
that was
the,
good. I was
the
like, all right,
other
this is
assets.
fine.
The
We
mansion
can
is
we can
actually
still
one of
we
the
we
assets
can
that you
we
need
can
to do.
recover,
There's
right?
two assets you need to do. You need to do the mansion and the print works, and we're gonna do both.
Yo,
And
glad
then
to
we're
hear
gonna
it.
do the
It's
ice cream factory
39,
5 times,
FC44,
which is why we're playing in Japanese.
7 Koi 3.
All right, we're gonna park it.
What
in
I
the
do
rose
if I
bushes.
failed it? I would have to start it. I would have to do it again. That's really it. I guess I'd have to use the bike still. I'd still go to the paint spray. I'd still come back here. All of that. I would just do the mission
Answer some
again.
Calls.
So you have to do it to complete the game. So
Shouts to Burt Reynolds.
probably would have
He's in
lost
this
a lot more
game.
time. Probably would have
Really
been
oughta.
not making an
lot of
estimate.
good
Probably
voice
would have done
acting
the ice cream van thing if I failed
All
it
right, we're
because
gonna make a
that's
replay
a waste
here.
of time.
If I wasn't on
Yo,
the call,
Purple,
there'd
thanks,
be a
man.
save
Appreciate
icon there. Calls also put you in like the.
One of the things I didn't mention. I was too busy talking
All right,
about
we're
the
gonna make a replay
replay.
here.
I pick up this close here. The close icon actually initiates after the phone call.
If
And the
wasn't
reason
on
I do
call,
that
there'd be a save icon there.
Is
Calls
because
also put you in like the on mission
it
state.
speeds up the fade here when you start the mission. That's the only reason. It's a super minor optimization. Also, the replay I just made was over the mansion save icon, which I get to later. I don't mention it in the moment, which I should have, but it's one of those things that's kind of confusing because when I use it and when it happens is so like temporally far apart that it's kind of hard to keep the audience in the loop of exactly what's going on with that replay. So
As you can tell, that
yeah, you could
marker was
ask
not
me
there until
ask me
the
whatever
phone
you
call
want.
Ended. And
Yeah, five wanted stars obviously because the game still thinks I'm in the mall since I never left originally. That's why I have to enter the mall twice because the first time I interact with the doors, it thinks I'm leaving, so I have to reverse the bike back into it to actually go inside the mall.
all right, I forgot to explain this.
So
Come
you
on,
know,
let's go.
this is
Let's go. Okay, so
this is very unlucky. This is like the only time you can't really avoid spike strips. Obviously, if I wasn't going so fast, I could maybe break or go around it, but there was just no way. There's no way that was going to happen. So we just had to deal with it. And thankfully, this isn't as catastrophic as Bar Brawl. It just happens. And I'm just glad I don't get busted, man. I'm like so vulnerable in these two missions that I'm just surprised no cop took advantage of that more than they did.
not again.
That's just really unfortunate. That's just
Cursed
really
video
unlucky.
game. All right.
Yeah.
This is really not when you want this to happen, bro.
They know you're at GDQ, dude.
Watch out.
They know where you are.
Rockville, Maryland. It's
I think that was very funny. They know where you are. Yeah, Rockville. It's not a secret.
not a secret.
Well, yeah, you're right. It's all over the internet.
Yo, Guana.
Right.
Yeah, roof phone would have been
So
interesting.
we're stuck with this bike. Unfortunately, he's trying to.
Oh my!
I think that's
stuck with
another
this,
scripted
with this
cop, by
bike.
the way. Another scripted spawn here is
Unfor-
because he's just flying through this.
Unfortunately.
That looks like a scripted cop to me.
He's trying to.
Oh my gosh!
He's trying to flatten tires that are already flattened.
Trying to
Where's
flatten you now.
Oh my god.
He did flatten me just now, in fact. Okay. Come on, bro.
This is
Let's get out of here. Let's
this is all fine. Like the way I'm reacting is good.
They keep trying to flatten tires. That
I was
are
stuck with the
already-
bike because if I entered another vehicle but except this bike, my helicopter would despawn. That's sitting at the mall, and I need that one later. I need it. Yeah, 69 health for sure. I like how Enigma mentions they're gonna run me over, and then they do.
Gosh!
He's trying to flatten tires that are already flattened.
Trying
Where's
to flatten you now.
Oh my god.
He did flatten me just now, in fact.
Yeah, like perfect timing. Anyway,
They keep trying to flatten tires
Yeah, they don't have their
that
sirens
are
on.
already
That's true, yeah.
deflated. So let's hopefully not have this happen
by the way,
again.
someone mentioned it. Roof
And then we'll
phone
be
is
on our
when
merry
the
way.
phone on Back Alley Brawl spawns on
Copland,
the
if
roof
you're
instead of in the
in the
alleyway
mall,
after running over the shop.
They put butter on the road.
if you're in the mall at any point during this mission and you don't have a cop uniform, you get 5 stars. If you'll remember earlier, we warped out of the mall.
So, all right. I didn't mention this, I don't think, but if you have 2 stars or more, these cops spawn when you enter the garage. These cops can't bust you, and so that's why we want a wanted level like as soon as we can on this mission, is so these spawns happen. Yeah, so that's why they can't bust you either.
So on some level, the game still thinks we're there.
Was that cop in the near
So-
mansion?
So we
Not sure what
we,
you're
lured
referencing.
some cops into the loading bay here, and now we've got cop uniforms, and hopefully they're chilled out. They're,
That used to be a strat.
I've
It's
really
not
been
really
wanting to do
anymore. This is garbage. What's the explanation behind them being unable to bust you? I don't think they have guns. Yeah, so this sucks. That's just unlucky. I should have taken it safer, but whatever. It was still kind of funny.
Oh
on,
my
bro.
goodness!
What is even there?
that curb is like 3 feet high, it turns out. All right, this is a speed run.
So
of
that
the
was like
game.
it. That
In
was
case
like
you didn't know.
the end of the
It was done
insanity.
quick.
Thank God. It
29
just it just felt like one thing after
We've
another. But
got
that
2
was
commas
it.
on the screen.
We do.
And watch out. Okay. This is where it's going to get a little hairy, as it hasn't already in any way, shape, or form. This has been completely by the books.
Yeah, you gotta
Yep,
kill
the
this
entire
guy.
time.
How you draw it up?
And
Yep.
again, thinks we
All
just
right,
left them
so
all.
just back right
Now we
in.
enter it.
And these guys are aggroed because we were here earlier, technically, without a cop uniform, technically. It's just
So Tommy
levels
says
of
5
insanity
seconds until they blow up,
that
and then
are
you
at
leave
play
and
here.
immediately.
my helicopter is not feeling all good. It was
It was a little smoky.
a little smoky.
You
Okay,
misclicked
Lance
the
is
delete
here.
message.
Very
It's
good.
fine, abandon
I
them.
think we'll be
Don't worry
fine.
about it.
Ooh, man, that's
Oh, did you
watch
hit
out.
somebody else?
Yeah, we're good.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
I really expected this to go wrong because Bar Brawl went wrong.
I'm very pleased that
Copland went
this.
wrong.
I'm very pleased that this went well. Like honestly, leaving the mall went super well. Lance was there. I was not getting shot at. Though cops were being annoying. Pretty good.
The first
Pretty good.
half.
I've been
I
thinking about a
expected this
movie
thing
night
to
actually, Hooker. I was
explode
thinking
or
about it.
flip over.
I don't know how to
or-
do
know,
it though.
but-
It's
ooh.
something we have to talk about
The,
in
the
Discord.
Orange Gods
Because
are
it could be
having
fun.
mercy on
Good
me.
way to bring community together.
So anyway, try not to damage it too much. We don't need it after this mission. We need it for like an additional, I don't know, drive down the road, flight down the road.
Rabbit. I don't know if
and then
that's
we're
what
gonna be
people still
abandoning it.
use.
But it is
I
served
feel like
us
those
well.
sites pop up and
And
they get DMCA'd
while our
or whatever.
homeboys change clothes at home,
Oh.
donations would be great.
That was a weird thing to say,
Our
wasn't
Jesus
it?
At home,
That was a weird thing to say,
it
wasn't
has
it?
served us well. And while our homeboys change clothes at home,
What am I saying? Why? What? I couldn't think of anything else to say to lead into, you know, whatever. Who cares? When you say weird shit, you just move on. You don't draw
Casey.
attention to it. You
You
just
got
keep going.
$25 from
Except for when you want to
Supongo.
make fun of it, like right now.
KZ crew representing. I knew about
Yo,
KZ
free
on
refill.
AGDQ
Glad you enjoyed it, man.
2017. Happy to see him again and hoping more people get into speed running thanks to it. Donation goes to
Okay,
KZ's
Hoxie.
choice.
Good to know.
yo, please do. This game is a barrel of laughs every time. It's the only game that still surprises me.
That's true.
Anyway, so mission complete. There was a little cutscene
Only
about how
homeboys
the,
go home
the
to
asset was
change
complete.
clothes.
And what
Yeah.
we're gonna do now
I don't know. I don't know what I was saying. Who cares?
is just leave this in the road.
If that's the worst thing I say in an
Hopefully
hour
someone
in
will
front of
find it
160,000
at some
people,
point.
I'm
Well,
good.
now they won't.
Okay,
doing
get
fine.
out. Yeah, they won't run away.
Yeah.
Please run away.
I was a little scared about
All
that
right,
too,
phone
but
call.
all right. So here I play the replay that I made earlier over the mansion save icon. Like I said, save warps only happen if you're in the same zone as the icon. So
Play this replay.
we queue this up, and then at the end of the game, when we finally go back to the Starfish Island zone where the save icon is, it warps us. So that we're like queuing that up for like 10 minutes later.
Okay, we'll get back to that later. And we're going to make another one here.
Appreciate it, kicking.
There's a rampage icon here, which is not visible because we're on the call. So we're going to make that right there.
Yeah, that's. I was good with my
This is Sonny.
explanations,
This is,
honestly. Like
the
my
head honcho,
informative
and he's
talk.
just checking
It,
in
ju-
with
it
us
didn't
and,
feel like
maybe
cluttered.
saying a few things to threaten
I was
us.
pretty concise with things.
Yeah, he's been watching the run. He hasn't forgotten about us.
Never forget.
All right, so we're gonna make our first save of the playthrough, because it is a playthrough. It's not a speedrun. Anyway, and what we're gonna do now,
was
we
good.
just started the rampage.
If I screw that up, I have to load the game, and if I load the game, all my glitched cars are gone. Which is a very, very bad, actually, because of Captain Collectors. I'll get to that later. But yeah, I'm just glad I worked that one out. It's kind of timing. It's kind of tight timing, sort of. And there's multiple ways to do this setup of starting the rampage with on mission 0. Like, you know, you can see all the minimap icons and stuff. You can buy the property and start the rampage at the same time. That works. You can use it with the save icon like I did. I think it's the safest one. Or you could do what we call like a YOLO dupe, where you can run into the marker and then start the rampage, and then the mission starts with a rampage. It's like a couple different ways to do it.
And picked up the save
that's the
marker
way I
at the
did it
same
there.
time. Save markers set you into free roam mode, so I started the rampage right before I picked up the marker, the save marker, and then now we can take the storyline mission while the rampage is running, because we're gonna do the well of insanity that is insta-passing.
Yep.
Which is how we skip
Yeah,
through
this
most
shit
of
is
the
nuts.
third act of the game. All right, we didn't get the taxi. I whacked it with my katana. This is the most anime thing you'll see the entire run.
It is.
I thought of this way too
sprint
late. It
team,
was like
full speed
why I
with the
turned
katana.
around
We're
there.
gonna grab some armor because this is GDQ and I don't want to die. It can still happen with 200 health in this mission, but hopefully, we will have some mercy. There's a bike here. It's always here. And
Some events
the
were
roads
stressful.
quite empty,
Yeah,
except for
like
this
it
one
was.
guy.
It's always the yellow.
It definitely went
Lamborghini.
off
Yeah,
the
right.
rails, but
I'd be driving it around all the time too if I had one.
I had
Yeah,
fun,
you know?
and we
So-
made light of it, and we were
Yeah,
having a good
because we
time.
glitched a lot.
One of the things I should mention about like the shit that went wrong with Barbara and Copland is, if it wasn't for Enigma, like Broseph, and especially the crowd, if they weren't like having a good time making light of it, I would have been so salty. I would have been so mad, because like when I'm alone in my room doing shit and dumb shit happens, I'm just I'm just like, oh fuck. But it's GDQ and people are having fun, so it was a lot easier to just stay cool, stay calm, stay collected, have a good time with
There's
it.
like no traffic, so
Try to get the run back on
We're-
rails,
we're
which we did. Like the rest of
free
the
to
run from
listen
here
to
until the end was good.
Fab radio, and also
was.
another thing about bikes that I haven't mentioned the entire run is I'm leaning forward constantly because that speeds you up. A little bit of lean back there to make
You'd
the
be
turn.
salty
Watch out for the
anyways.
taxi.
Yeah, it's whatever.
And let's try to do the cool thing again. Nope, that's fine. We're gonna leave it there, and we're gonna run. on
These
this
guys
course.
played
The
nice.
Primeworks is all
I
about
appreciate that.
counterfeit money. And there is someone on this boat who knows a thing or two about counterfeit money, so we're going to talk to him.
Getting up those stairs is
actually
hard.
talk to him. I'm not going to run him over.
Yeah, purple.
See,
It was
this
like
little
top
nice
comment in our games.
conversation.
It's fucking amazing.
Friendly.
Very nice. All right, the rampage is about.
This is called the Josh Jump, or more affectionately known as the Yosh Jump.
See, just a nice
This
conversation.
jump off of the
Friendly.
boat
Very
was
nice.
found by Joshimus of San Andreas fame, who now runs Vice City Stories and has a series on YouTube that people pester him about all the time. But yeah, this is Joshimus right here.
Nice. All right,
Boom.
the rampage is about to expire. We got shot a little bit there. We could
Yo,
have lived
shump.
without the armor, but you know what? The game would have known.
It would have. It's known everything else.
Yeah.
Absolutely would have known. All right.
One of the oldest tricks in the game too.
So at any rate,
That jump.
what we're going to do now is we're going to use our save replay here right after picking up 2 bribe stars. We're picking these up because we want the phone to ring.
At AGDQ
And it won't ring if we have a
2017, I
wanted
get
level.
T-boned on this road. It did not happen
Alright.
this time.
There we go. And now we're going to work back.
Yeah, S found the
reason that
Copland
happens,
strat with the
if you
5
pick up a
stars.
save icon and you're within the same zone of it, it puts
Alright, so the reason we started the rampage that mission is because, like I said, when we ended the mission, we want the phone to be ringing. And the only way you could have the phone ringing on a mission is if you do weird shit like fail a rampage during the mission so the game thinks you're in free roam. Because you can't take calls during missions normally. So that's how the phone is ringing at the end of the mission. The mission passes, and the phone is still ringing. But because the mission passed, we can pick up the next one.
you in a
And
specific
that's right
spot,
here. So the phone's
which
ringing
is
when we
usually
pick up
near
the mission.
save marker.
When
now
we
the-
get on the bike, the phone stops ringing, and when the phone stops ringing, that sets us into
Phone
free
is
roam
ringing and the
mode
mission
here.
is started.
You can tell by the minimap.
When the phone stops ringing, we go back to free roam mode. This guy is still here.
I didn't think about that one. That's funny.
I told you. He
So,
would be there forever.
so we're doing like Printworks 2 with the, you know, we have the mission script running with free roam mode, and then there you
So
go.
what we're
You
going to
can
do
just,
now is we're not going to throw
you can
grenades.
start this mission
There we go.
while
Alright,
another
didn't throw
mission is
grenades.
running.
We enter the ice cream.
Normally when you start 2 missions on top of each other like that, like 2 different missions, the game like crashes, but this time it works out so that the like ice cream mission script just kind of finishes in some way. I don't know. Like it passes the mission and you get the asset, but you could keep doing this over and over. So we just chain this together to get to the 3rd act of the game. Yo, Reverend, thank you, man. 12 months. Much love to you.
Hit the courier. And what that does is it just
Are the
completes
glitches
the
gone
ice
in
cream
English
mission.
version?
And
In the English version, this crashes the game. This specifically.
it allows us to do this.
There are there's insta passes in the English version and shit, and also on later PS2 editions, you could also do this and not crash the game. But that's why it works in Japanese, because this version was kind of late to the party, so it's got the most recent changes, and so it doesn't crash.
like as many times as we want. So we're basically farming assets. Every time we enter the ice cream van, Deering hit the courier. What? He's still
I
there.
didn't know what people were laughing at there.
Yeah. So every time we do this, we get an asset, and we're gonna.
I've
do this
seen a
5
couple of them,
times because
Busboy.
we
If
need
you like
7
Google,
assets to
just
beat the game,
AGDQ 2019.
and we're gonna do the
Or like
2 ones
YouTube
that we
it.
need to do. That
You might get a
is
lot of
a
the runs, but
skip.
also there's
Yes,
like
baby.
compilations and stuff.
Marathon first, I'm pretty sure.
I think that
He's
is.
still there.
It might not be a marathon first. I don't know, but fade skips
So
are very
that's
new.
hard to do. You got to be really fast to do fade skips, and they're kind of risky. But you know what? It's GDQ, and I got to show off. So
Don't we all?
yeah. So here we go again.
So the reason fade skips work is because I think Marushko found the way to warp back with the bike, but also be on foot. You like play the replay while Tommy's picking up the bike, and then you just hold your inter-vehicle key, and then when you get on the bike fully, you'll warp back and be on foot. Normally you warp back on the bike, and then you get off, and then usually your phone rings, and you gotta wait for the fade to black to happen before you can take the mission. But
This
this
saves,
way
like,
you can just run
2
into the
seconds, and
marker,
It's incredibly risky,
and the fade to black happens there,
but it's
and then the phone rings during the cutscene
2 seconds. There it is again. Another fade skip.
instead
All
of
right, will
like
he still
before.
be there?
Yeah, of
He's
course.
still there.
Kind
And
of
you
cool,
can
so
just drive
wholesome.
through 'em.
The crowd was great. I love
I
the
don't-
crowd.
Vector.
I don't know, dude.
I really appreciate them.
It's Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I will intentionally not fade skip this one to give you a frame of reference as to what it looks like.
So this is what you
This
do
is
normally,
what you do if
right?
you're slow. The phone rings, the fade happens, and then you take the mission.
Yeah. So this
What's
is
that,
much
3?
faster because you take
No,
the
that's
mission.
4, ain't it? I need to do this 5.
Fade skips are
you're
faster
the
'cause you
math
take the mission a
champion.
lot
Please
sooner.
tell me how many that was.
I think that was 4.
Okay. All right. This is on you. I should have been keeping count.
Listen, I have math trophies at my mom's house. All right?
I didn't know how to riff on that one, but he likes to bring up the math trophies at his mom's house.
Counting to
34-year-old man, by the way, has math trophies at his mom's house. What a fucking nerd, dude.
5 is the hardest part of
What a
this.
fucking nerd.
You're putting too
God.
much responsibility on me, though. But I think it was 4.
I think it was because I got 2 fade skips, right? And then 1, and then that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I can take the call now. All right. So we do this mission a little differently.
Again, like I said earlier, I don't listen to dialogue anymore because I've heard it so many times, but obviously Broseph and Enigma are having a moment. We got some eye contact going on here. What's going on? Hold on. I need the context.
Yeah. Okay. So I can take the call now. All right. So we do this mission a little differently than we
He says something. What did he say?
no. All right. So we do this mission a little differently.
He says something, but it's not picked up by the mic. Or maybe I'm just too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I can take the call now. All right. So we do this mission a little differently than we did at AGDQ.
Oh, he mouthed it to.
Next
Okay,
November.
alright.
This was.
Okay. Alright.
Oh,
yeah, so they start calling
this
because
was,
whatever.
We've ignored his call like 5 times. He's a little upset. So, at any rate, the new Hit the Courier, we don't call it that. We call it like after Lazy Useless Man, who
He also
found it,
100%
who
sure it
was
was 4 or
anything
5.
but
I
lazy
lose
or
count all the
useless because he
time.
found 20 seconds of time save in this mission, roughly. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna bail this bike again.
I think I
right
explained
here.
this pretty well.
And we're going to take a phone call. And we're going to talk to this lady 12 times. And the reason we do this is because her line is a lot shorter than most of the lines in the phone call. So we just have her say this over and over again, and it skips lines of the phone call, this is the longest call in the game. So how many was that? 10?
Yeah.
That was 10.
Not much to add here.
This is 11. This is 12. Yeah, it's 12.
Private
Okay.
business joke.
So
How do you make
we're gonna
fun of that
grab our
line?
bike
I don't
again.
know.
This mission is on a timer as well.
When people quote Vice City, they don't quote
There
that.
we go. Just park it right there.
Do people even quote Vice City?
And now we're
I
gonna
feel
take
like
another
San
phone
Andreas
call.
is
Again,
a lot
like I
more
said
memorable
earlier,
lines.
AI ignores you when you're on a phone call.
Also, if you
And now
if you were to buy this property right now, which you can do because you're not on a mission, the game thinks you're in free roam mode, hence the mini-map icons. If you buy this right now, I think you probably crash the game. I think that's what happens.
we're going to take another phone
Probably
call.
happens.
Again, like I said earlier, AI ignores you when you're on a phone call. So even though they're shooting now, they won't be shooting when I take this phone call here. There we go. Grenades out.
So,
Don't
yeah.
throw them. Don't throw the grenades in accident. There we go. And we can just peace out. Yeah, they don't care.
Private business, they're not welcome.
Never welcome.
We're going to do it a couple more times for optimization.
That's pretty morbid. Yeah.
All right.
I could
And now we
have.
get back on our bike, and we're going to save
The
over
reason,
again.
like, okay, so
Uh,
I don't think I explained what happens now very
it's
well.
an accident.
What you want here is you want to kill 3 people because you want a wanted star, and you want a wanted star so that a call doesn't come in when you're back at the printworks. And the reason for that is because if the call doesn't come in, then when you pass the mission, a call comes in immediately. And that's good because passing that mission unlocks the call for the penultimate mission. But if it starts ringing before, like at the end of the mission, if it starts ringing, then the call timer kind of resets. And you have to wait after you pass the mission. You have to wait like 20 seconds for it to come in. So this is all a strat to prevent the phone call from coming in so that it comes in immediately when we want it to.
There we go. And we can just
So
peace out.
3, you kill
Yeah,
3
they
for
don't
that
care.
wanted star.
Private
It
business,
sticks around.
they're not welcome.
Never welcome.
Even
We're
though
doing
you
a
only
couple
need to
more times for
technically kill 1
optimization.
for that briefcase, the plates that we
All
pick
right.
up.
And now we get back on our bike, and we're going to save
Killing
again.
those 2 also just gives you that,
Like
that
I
wanted
said,
star.
the save warping happens when you're in the zone of the marker. So we need to actually return to the zone in order for the warp to happen. There it is. And we're going to do this
And so I do this jump, of course, because this particular area of the map always blocks phone calls from coming in. The reason is because before you own the
right
Printworks,
by the like asset icon right there. That's because it's gonna block.
before you own the Printworks, this is a property buy icon, which you buy with tab or the action key, and the phone call is also the action key. So phone calls don't come in this area, so that if you hit the action key, you don't accidentally like take a call instead of buy the property or something. So that's why they did it like that. Enigma runs Silent Hill 4. He's in the survival horror community.
Block a phone call from coming in.
I hang out with a lot of those
there's
dudes.
more phone calls that we don't need to take. We only take the ones we need to, and the way it works is there's like a priority chain.
Oh yeah.
So
that's only because we do.
For example, the calls that unlock the assassin missions are the very last calls, but this one takes precedence over that one.
So that's the call for
oh man,
for Captain Collectors.
I'm gonna try to do the CTC
That call unlocks
snipe.
this mission. So, I didn't mention this either. In this mission, in this cutscene, in this cutscene right here.
Oh man, I don't know what's raining.
We only own 2 properties, and only one of those is taxable. Only certain properties can be taxed by the Mafia on this mission. And the Cherry Poppers, since that's the only one we own, it's the only one that you could tax, or they can tax. If they have to dodge traffic during this brief cutscene, they get off the bike, tax the property, and then we fail the mission. But if they don't interact with any traffic, if they just drive down there, they just park and sit there, and they're like effectively just sitting there forever. So that means we can do this like snipe and everything. If you don't have glitched cars, then it's a lot more likely they'll interact with traffic, and then you'll fail the mission. You can see this in Aaron's PS2 runs. He does the same strat, but he can't glitch cars because he doesn't have replays on the PS2. So you'll see him start this mission and then fail it, and then just re-roll it until eventually they don't have any traffic in their way.
Just try to do the CTC snipe. I got the
so they're just gonna
sniper
sit there
rifle way earlier, and you can shoot people through walls. All right, with the sniper rifle. That's all you need to know. There's a very specific setup. Come on. Yes, we got it.
So obviously I know I got it because the text changed here. And the lineup that I'm using...
Sniper rifle, that's all you need.
Alright. So the lineup I'm using is the left side of the screen here. You can see this green little line. I line it up with this window. This was found by Guy with a Lightsaber, by the way. This is his lineup. I line it up with this window. You could put it a little further to the right as well. But usually you want to be closer to the left. Like, going too far to the right, you'll miss. And what I do after lining that up,
there's a very
I rescope. You can see I unscope and then rescope, and that resets, like, my Y axis to be level. And then I just don't move. And I play replays between shots, because that reloads the sniper instantly.
Set up.
So you'll see me replay a bunch. Ah! You'll see me unfull screen the thing.
Through walls.
By the way, also...
with the sniper rifle. That's all you need to know. There's a very...
Alright, let me see if I can get it. See if I can see it. There we go. Isn't this fucking gross? This is cursed, right? I don't know. I don't know why Tommy bunches up like this sometimes, but yeah, that'll happen. It's kind of fucked up.
Set up. Come on. Yes, we got it.
Because he's crouched, maybe? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. How does that even happen? I don't know shit about this game. Or its engine.
He's still there, too.
Sniper bullets ignore collisions. I think sniper bullets are technically too fast to collide with anything. I think. Don't quote me on that, though. But I think that's why.
Alright.
Cursed yoga, indeed.
There's 2 other guys we need to take care of here. This is the second set of collectors. There's 3 sets of 2. There they go. Sometimes we play video games. Sometimes this third set here crashes into the pole, and it doesn't save time. It's just kind of funny. I'm gonna see if they do it. If they don't, we're gonna lose time. Come on!
Boom.
Yeah! All right.
deserve you
Flashy.
your excellent
Very
explanations.
flashy.
Yeah, thank you, man. I
They're just
appreciate
bad
that
at their
very
job.
much.
Sonny couldn't hire any better help, I guess.
That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah, so the final mission is coming up. It's also on a timer, and we're gonna do a strat that is
This only happened when it's
found- not
raining.
found,
I don't
it was
know. Maybe.
pioneered by Rock24, the meme lord.
Yeah, Rock24 was the first one to do this, like, this ice cream shit. This was not my invention. It's his. I tried to credit him there. So, you know, thank him for this meme you're about to see. Also, Maki! 113, baby. There you go. Thank you so much, man. Showing some love to Gaming Ninja
We're
Sheep.
gonna warp because we picked
He's
up
a
save
bad
earlier
dude.
in that replay from
Sorry.
forever ago. So we're already at the mansion.
I'm sorry.
And this is the final mission, and I really hope I don't screw this up.
Yeah, I'll get to
It-
Pepega.
it saves you no time at all, and it might actually lose me time. But you gotta have fun when playing video
Yeah,
games.
thank you very
So,
much, Make.
We're here to-
Frog
we're here to be
Detective
style.
World
yeah,
Record
the
holder,
Mafia is
Make.
here. This is the Mafia. They flew all the way down here because we've cut them out of...
So blowing up the limos, I think it despawns them and also lessens the spawns that happen. You'll see a bunch of dudes spawn over here. You'll see this fucker flatten my tire.
What they
Boom.
believe is they're
Asshole.
rightfully owed, like...
Also,
a
this
share
is
of our
this wall is really
business
hard to get over
empire.
when it's raining. That's
So
why I
we're
like
gonna
slow
do the
down a
only thing
bunch.
sensible when a home invasion is happening, and we're gonna leave. We're leaving our mansion.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is we're gonna find the biggest, baddest artillery in all of Vice City. I think we found it.
I did come up with those jokes ahead of time, cause I don't know. There was a lot going on. I wanted to be able to just kind of get through it mindlessly without having to force myself to come up with jokes.
There we go. It's a small city, all right. They don't have a lot of. They don't have a lot.
There's not
of
a lot
things
going
So
on.
the home
yeah,
invasion
right.
shit and
They
the
have a tank.
artillery joke.
Yeah, but that's not our tank.
I didn't have anything funny to say to this either. I appreciate Musical Daredevil chiming in every now and again, but this time I was just like blank. I don't know. I didn't know what to say.
This isn't our ice cream. Well, it is because we own the asset. So anyway.
It
we're
is
just
better when
driving
it's
our ice
natural. I
cream van
agree.
back to the
I
home
didn't
invasion.
script every
As
joke,
you do.
obviously. Only a couple.
We're gonna park into the garage because if I don't, it'll despawn and kind of ruin the whole point. We can also play the ice cream music. I think the Mafia wants some ice.
I didn't script this either. This was just golden right here. Can you kill Sonny with a tank? Maybe. I don't know where you get a tank though without a
Tomorrow
bunch of
my birthday
packages.
to know what to hear is sub.
You could ask me anything, Falky. I'll try to answer it if I'm not like preoccupied. Yo, generic, half a year. Tomorrow's your birthday. Feels birthday, man. Happy birthday, generic. Thank you for the sub as well. So I'm not streaming tomorrow. I won't see you tomorrow. I'm going. I got another fucking appointment. But I'm streaming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hopefully, if I'm not swarmed with work, I wanna squeeze those in. Thursday though, I just got another appointment to go to. Had one Monday, had one Tuesday. Getting 6 stars. That's hard to do, unfortunately. Yeah, so, I mean, this was just funny. I don't know. I didn't script this either. And I'm glad that this guy shot up into the air. It was great.
Ice cream, sir.
Boom. It was awesome.
There's a spawn point right there. He really wants ice cream.
Oh, sorry. Nah, he's a great guy. Also, that guy gets
Okay,
stuck
he's
in the
stuck in
garage.
there.
Yeah, he's just stuck in there.
All right,
It's pretty good.
cool.
He really, he was
Lance is
gonna
here.
rip me
He
out,
betrays us.
is the thing.
He's being very
Hate it when that
cruel.
happens.
You don't you know? I mean, betrayal seems to be the theme of this game.
It does.
Lance meet chainsaw. Okay, he's running
I screwed
away.
that up.
Wow.
Rude.
Sometimes he has like way too much health.
It doesn't matter though. You don't lose time if you don't kill him there.
We
Because
don't-
this
we
mission's
don't
on a
need to hear
timer
it.
anyway.
Still not.
All right, so the reason I was so shocked here that he wasn't dead is I went back and I watched this and I found out exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Watch this guy right here. So I pull out my my assault rifle and I start shooting Lance, and I have a pretty good feeling of when I need to stop shooting Lance, so I do that. But the thing is, some of my bullets didn't hit Lance.
That's words we don't.
And they hit that guy who dived in, he dived in the way of my line of fire, just to absorb some fucking bullets. I didn't notice that at the time. I had to go back and watch. So I'm like, why did Lance not die? It's like, oh, that's why. Yeah, what a hero, dude.
We don't need to hear.
Yeah.
He's still not dead.
So there you go.
It's the
And he
Terminator.
lives too. He
Yeah,
actually
that's-
lives,
that's
I
what
think.
we don't need to hear.
Because he
He's
starts
still not dead.
he starts standing back up. It looks like he
It's
lived.
the Terminator. It's the T-2000. It was
like,
it was
teleporting
86, right?
He's playing for
That
the
was
win
when
condition,
Terminator 2
indeed.
came out, right? The
86?
80s? It might be.
They don't
Early
X.
90s was Terminator.
Yeah.
I've heard
Really?
staff
Yeah, because I
curse.
bought it on pay-per-view when I didn't
They don't hold
understand it
against
cost
you.
money,
Unless
and
you're
my
fucking
parents were
foul
really
mouthed all
upset.
the goddamn time.
That's the only reason.
Like, there's been a number of people who have sworn and gotten their games in. Like, Jaguar King swore in his first run, then he submitted, got another run in, and when then he swore more. It's just the thing that happens. They know. They don't care. Unless you're just fucking giving them shit words all the time, and god damn it, this fucking sucks, and that's a problem, obviously. But that's a problem anywhere, in any kind of, like, professional environment, which GDQ is.
That's a
Sorry, Mom.
story. All right, so
Oh, yeah.
there's no
The
dudes out here.
Terminator,
This is actually
yeah.
very good. All right, ice cream van time.
I thought it was like 80s.
Please don't.
Well, this is a really bad
Thank you.
swear.
All
Then
right.
they'll probably remember that, but they don't care if you
play
drop
the
like a
music.
fuck or anything.
As you do. Don't
Preferably
flat my tires,
you
sir.
drop like damn or shit.
flatten
but,
you.
know, whatever.
Flat
that
my
was
tires, sir.
this was pretty
Play the
good.
music. As you do. Don't flat my tires, sir. I'll flatten you. All right.
So, yeah, flattening the tire here makes it a lot harder to get up the stairs. So that's why I was kind of worried about flat tires, and they've done that to me a number of times. So I'm just glad it didn't happen there. But yeah, so this is the final few seconds here. One thing I'll say is, like, 2 weeks ago, we found a time save for this mission. You can actually kill Sonny during the cutscene using a close replay. What happens is... Oh god, what have I done? That was PMC Trilogy. The fucking, the cameo. Alright, anyway. So, anyway, glad that didn't show up my porn. Thank God. So, during this cutscene, Tommy is... This is not your player character. This is just a model of Tommy. You're actually under the stairs. It warps you from up here to under the stairs. That's why you don't see the ice cream van, because it's under the stairs right now. And what we've been able to do now is you can play a close replay right before this cutscene happens. You can move out from under the stairs, throw a grenade to knock Sonny down, and then you chainsaw him. And that completes the game. Thank you, Cherno. 4
WTF,
months.
2 Tommies.
2 Tommies indeed. We'll get there in a second. Definitely. 4 months, man. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's the thing that you could do now. It saves like 7 seconds. I didn't try it. I didn't even attempt it this time because it's very hard, as you're incredibly vulnerable. Because obviously there's these guys here, and then Sonny has really accurate aim. Like, a lot of the AI in this game just sucks ass at aiming. They're fucking stormtroopers, but he's got a very powerful gun, and he shoots you like with every shot. So you're very vulnerable when you do that strat, which is why you throw the grenade to knock him down so he doesn't shoot you, and then you chainsaw him, and that, yeah, it skips the last line, and you effectively beat the game in that cutscene. So you don't have to go through like the final moments of gunning them down. That's called Pepega KYFC because Rock24 is a fucking meme lord, and that's what he named it. But I didn't do that because it's very hard. I've only done it like twice. I didn't want to try it now and die. Also, ice cream memes are pretty good, so whatever. Yo, Leon, thank you. 13 months, man.
Here we go. Ice cream. You scream.
Good job, AGDQ.
I should have said something like, we're about to ice Sonny, or it's time for Sonny to get creamed. But that one specifically sounds way too sexual, so I didn't. Yeah, Mr. Mario Dickwater. We were at GDQ. It's my 3rd time at GDQ. And Leon, thank you for 13 months, man. Good job. This is, what was this, last Friday? Yeah, so. At any rate. I'm a little sad he dived out of the way here, but it was still a good meme.
He's not
The
dead,
crowd
he's not
loved
dead.
that. I'm so
Come on.
glad. I'm
All
so
right, there we
glad they
go.
loved that.
Cool. GG, that's it, time.
It was not a great time, but, you know.
Thank you. Y'all are great.
For a room that isn't packed, obviously, because it's the middle of the day, I was quite pleased with the crowd size. Like, we started off, there were a lot more people that came in, and, you know, they really enjoyed that, I think. A lot of applause, some like, you know, that shit that I can't do. So yeah, that was a good run. Eddie Lover. Hi. Thank you, man. And Thornberried. Much love. Sincerely appreciate it. 1 and 13 yeets. That combines for 14. That's math for you right there.
Hype.
130k to 165k. That's fucking dope, dude. I think during AGDQ 2017, I had like 90k or something. So that was quite a bump in audience. It's fucking dope, honestly. I hope I get to go back, run something else, maybe. I can do this category again, I guess, if they really want it. I think, you know, a lot of people enjoyed it. I'd like to be more prime time next time. Middle of the day is kind of... It's an alright time slot, but, you know. More people are engaged in the evening hours, I think. It was good for EU, though. That's the one thing. It was good for Europe. What would I want to run? All missions could be good. All missions would be fun. If they would take Vice City all missions, I don't know. I'm not that good at GTA 3 80%. But I will still probably submit it anyway. See if they take it. I'll submit this category. See if they take it, you know. It's good to diversify your funds, you know. Don't have a single point of failure. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm surprised they took this, though. When they took it at GDQX, I was like, man, I hope I didn't just blow my load on the mini marathon, right? I want to go to the real deal. I want to do the mainline GDQ, not the expanded universe. And then they took it again, so I was like, cool, you know. That was dope.